Hello, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us here tonight on 20 Sides to Every Story. We are in the final episodes here of our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. So, if you are just tuning in to us for the first time and you want to see the videos of where we got to this point, go check out our YouTube channel. I'll put the link there in the chat. That's where you can find all the archive of all the videos, not just this campaign, but all the other things that we got going on the channel. But yeah, we'll be wrapping up here in probably 2 sessions, I would say, where we're going to be at the end. If you're just joining us for the first time and you just popped in here wondering what we're all about, we are a gaming community. We play many of our games here, live stream them on Twitch, and then upload them to the YouTube channel. And many of our games are open games that you can join. We run something here on our channel called the Community Campaign, and that is the experience that we provide for the people that watch us and kind of follow along with our campaigns and enjoy the play styles that we've got going on here on the channel and give you an opportunity to come and join a game with us. So if you're interested in learning more about the community campaign, probably the best thing for you to do would just be jump into our Discord server and let us know that you're interested in looking for a gaming opportunity, and we will point you in the right direction for how to get started with all of that. A really exciting time right now with the community campaign. It used to be that I just did those kind of all by myself, but now we've got really all of the DMs of 20 Sides are collaborating on that and coming up with basically homebrew stories set within the world of Greyhawk. And we've just sort of parsed out a couple of different geographical locations, and everyone's kind of developing little adventures all kind of neighboring each other. And so it's real fun because you get to play with different people every time, and it's a good way to kind of get to know the 20 Sides community. So looks like, so we do have some re-rolls coming in here. That's the other way that you could participate in our session here tonight, is by you accumulate EXP as you watch the show, and when you cheer, subscribe, all those fun things earn you EXP that you can then spend in the EXP store. So you want to give the characters a reroll, give me a reroll, throw a wandering monster into the encounter and into the mix, you name it. There's a bunch of stuff there in the stream store that you can purchase. Percy has bought a DM reroll for me, and it looks like Casey bought some rerolls for the players. I believe that's what I saw. So, it's buy a reroll. So you guys get one reroll in your pool. So
I'll take it.
Yes. Yeah, if you've been following this campaign, you know that their rolls very consistently throughout the entire campaign have been shit. So they need the rerolls. Apologies. I'm going to do my best here. I'm still recovering from COVID, so I'll try to mute myself when I'm coughing, and I probably won't have the same gusto with like Squirt's voice and some of the other characters, but we'll do our best. So we are down one player. Chris had a family event over this week, so we're soldiering on with the 4 of us: Kim, Isaac, Joe, and Jenna. And basically, here's the situation that we're going to pick up from as we begin. So our characters had come here to the Palace of Heart's Desire, really they're seeking out Zybilna, the former Archfey that had been kind of the ruler of the Fey realm of Prismere at some time in the past, but had been her authority had been usurped by the Hourglass Coven, these 3 hags that the characters have had many dealings with at this point. The characters had originally come to Prismere to find personal items that they had lost 8 years prior. And for the most part, that has happened, although Lim was unable to acquire her object because it had been destroyed by her adoptive mother, the hag Endolin Moongrave. And as a result, Lim Green is rapidly in the process of transforming into a hag. Maybe the only thing that was keeping her from that transformation was this memento, this little doll that was made of her mother's hair that was given up as a token when her mother made a deal with Endolin some time ago to save Lim's life when she was a little girl and sick, very sick. So, um, so that is happening with Lim, while the others, basically, you've all come here in not only in hopes of maybe undoing all of the bad things that have happened in Prismere as a result of Zybilnia's inability to govern her realm, but maybe also in hopes that if you were to unfreeze Zybilnia and put things back, maybe she could put some things right for you all. You all probably have your own personal asks that you would, if we're following by the rules of Prismere, and the rule of reciprocity says if you do a good thing for someone, they should repay that. It stands to reason that Zybilnia would probably reward you for bringing her out of her predicament, and you probably all have different asks that you would make of her. And it could be a way for maybe to stop this thing that is happening to Lim. And so you have come to the Palace of Heart's Desire. You know that the way that maybe you could undo, basically there's an enchantment on the Palace of Heart's Desire that has frozen everything in time. Like everything is still. You've encountered party goers, just guests of Zybilnia's that are all like frozen in time in merriment or singing songs or whatever they were doing at that moment when this enchantment happened. And you know that the way to undo that is with a unicorn's horn, and placing, I think at this point it's been explained to you that item is very important for undoing the enchantment. Unfortunately, the unicorn's horn that you know of is in the possession now of the League of Malevolence, which is headed up by Maple's brother, her half-brother, Kellic. So, you've come here, you've managed to get into the palace, and you ran afoul of one of the League of Malevolence's members, a warlock. You had a little skirmish with him. It appears that he was torturing someone that you know by the name, by the name Charme, someone that you met back at Endolin's Keep during the theater portion of our adventure, and did a little bit of a battle with him, and he managed to escape and elude you, and you all managed to save Charme. And so she is with you. You now know her. Charme was an alias that she was using. Her true name is Skyla. And so she is with you currently. Where we ended, you had opened up these doors where you stand presently on the map. Share that real quick again, just in case some of you don't have that up. But you're standing. You opened up these doors that lead into a courtyard, essentially, the central courtyard of the palace, and it is a very confusing kind of otherworldly view that you have out there, because there is no floor that you can see out there. There's no grounds. It's just this roiling thunderstorm, this tempest. From this tempest that you can see down below you when you look out on the balcony, there is a rising spire, a tower that rises up. There are some like hallways and connections to the outer castle that come to the tower. But what you see is that they're up there at the top of the tower are sort of moats of rock and floating debris, almost as if there was some kind of explosion or something up there at the top of the tower, and it's like kind of frozen, just like everything else. All the little bits and pieces are just still hanging in the air. And there was a warrior armored that was like almost looked like he'd been like thrown through the wall of this and the force of the explosion had thrown him out. He was just suspended up there. And Maple had flown up there to go and check on that, kind of bobbing and weaving as like electrical discharge was shooting up from the tempest. Maple managed to navigate through that and fly up there safely. And from your vantage point, we ended with a conversation that Maple was having with whoever's up there. You don't know. You can't see. From your perspective, all you saw was like Maple kind of disappear from out of your view around to the other side of the tower. And then in this moment where we are picking up, the tempest, that storm, roils up and like becomes like a hurricane that like lifts up and starts to surround that entire courtyard, making it so that it would be suicide to try to like fly up there or go through this cloud. Like there's just electricity that you almost like need to take a few steps back for fear that maybe one of those licks of lightning might pop through the doorway there and grab and electrocute you. You wait for a time, hoping that maybe it will subside. We'll say that an hour has passed maybe, and you've taken a short rest. So if you need to do short rest things, like feel free to do that on your end. But this storm shows no signs of relenting. During this time while you're waiting, Skyla will have talked to you a bit. Here's an image of what she looks like out of her costume. And she tells you a few things, and I would say Shion, if you want to give me an insight check, please feel free to do so while she speaks to you. And while you're doing that, I'll just narrate a few things here. She tells you that where Maple went, that central tower, that is where Kellic is holed up. And that is likely where the warlock that you were just in battle with probably fled to head up there.
They used to reroll already.
You already used it? Okay, yeah, go for it.
No, I said, should I? Okay.
Yes, use it. Nice.
Yep, rolling swell.
Okay.
We're starting good.
I'll just say that there's something familiar about Skyla, but you don't really, you're not putting your finger on it as she's talking.
Right.
But she tells you that Kellic and the rest of the crew is up in that tower, and that they are likely plotting. Because I don't know if she's told you why Kellic wants the unicorn horn, but she tells you that they're planning to use it to unfreeze a wizard named Ringlrun that possesses something that Kellic covets very much. He has made it almost his singular focus, his life mission, to acquire Ringlrun's staff. Because Kellic has gotten it in his head that staff is what allows Ringlrun to be known as one of the most powerful wizards in existence, and Kellic really wants the mantle. He wants that moniker for himself. She tells you that the only reason, perhaps, that he hasn't made a move to enact his plan is because he's so fearful of the Jabberwock that layers in the northern ballroom. And that is where Zybilnia and her host are frozen, as well as Ringlrun. And so probably the only thing that is keeping him at bay is the fear that he doesn't have an answer for how to deal with the Jabberwock if it is indeed at home. She would also share with you that Kellic and Ringlrun were not always enemies. They actually used to be very close friends. Skyla tells you she herself was one of Ringlrun's students. And so she went with them. They had gone on a quest, on a hunt for an artifact known as the Heartstone. She wasn't really like tied into the particulars of why they were seeking this thing or what they wanted to do with it, but the long story short is that they found it, and Kellic still has it. They were supposed to deliver it to someone. They were on this adventure at the request of like someone that wanted to acquire it, but it would seem that whatever this thing is, it's cursed, and it has corrupted.
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
It has corrupted Kellic and brought out the worst in him. He still wears it, and keeps it close to his heart, but it is what it turned him against his friend. It is what led him to be so obsessed with acquiring the staff and trying to acquire power for himself. Skyla tells you that
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
went with Kellic because it was the will of Baba Yaga, her patron, that she keep an eye on him and follow him. She's no true, she had been with the League for some time until she had acquired the unicorn horn, and she was trying to keep it safe, and she betrayed the League.
Whoa, thanks for the jams,
Is sort
man!
of why she comes to be here now. They found out about her deception. They eventually tracked her down and found her, and you were present for the rest of the story. So that is her tale, and that is what she shares with you during this hour while you wait for this vortex to subside. And of course, you're disappointed when you see that it shows no signs of letting up. Something has caused this to happen, and it may be in the session your job to figure out a way to undo that. And let me just check here. I've got a lot of stuff kind of buzzing in my ear from the chat. Looks like we got some cheers. Thank you, everybody, for the cheers. I think I heard a reroll up there, too.
Dave redeemed by everyone a reroll.
Hey, thank you, Dave. Rerolls in the pot for you guys. I'll give you 5 rerolls, even though we only got 4 players. I'll give you 5.
Because you're going to need it.
Gonna need it. I don't know.
Hey, so Alex, when she mentions about studying under Ringelrun, does that jog anything for me that I saw her when I was a kid or some such?
So maybe there'd be more if you would have made the insight check. There might be more that I'd tell you about that. Like you know that that's probably what's like itching at your brain, but
Right.
like there's no memory that you truly have of her. But when she mentions that she was Ringelrun's student, you're like, that must be why she feels familiar. But
Sure.
but no specific memories, no.
Okay.
Like you're even like probably trying to think back to the vision that you had of being at the carnival. Like, was she there? And you don't remember.
All right.
Well, then, based on where we are, we're still kind of at this door to the courtyard, like here.
Yeah, I think so.
On the left.
And
I mean, is it realistic that we would be able to get to, or is all this other stuff higher up, like these walkways I see up to north and south of here?
yeah, I don't know if your token can see. Did I take all the walls and everything off, or no?
I can see everything except for the middle tower and like the little 7 towers that are around it.
Okay, so like this up here, like these walkways go up to like the tops of these turrets that are on the sides of the main tower.
Those are all surrounded by the Tempest now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so realistically, we would probably want to leave this courtyard to explore other potential viable solutions for removing this Tempest. We wouldn't try to like get to those walkways or anything, I guess.
So, just because this map is really confusing I'm gonna say that what you can notice about those walkways is they lead up to turrets that are attached to the main tower, but actually don't have connectors into the main tower.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like they go up to kind of like observatory like turrets that are attached to the main tower, but there's no way to get further into that central way.
Then then one last question just to sort of make sure I'm understanding the scenario correctly. The turrets themselves inaccessible now based on the way the storm is, or would those be things we could explore still?
It seems like it would be possible maybe to walk on those turrets, but you'd probably there could be danger.
Okay.
It wouldn't be quite like flying through, willy-nilly through the tempest, but it is possible that a lightning bolt could come down on you as you're walking up there.
So I vote go back out of this courtyard a little bit to so I can see only inside of this courtyard, then I can't see anything outside of it.
Yeah, like there's nothing much more that you could see from the courtyard. Other than you could see like other little balconies around, much like the one that you're currently standing at.
But can we leave this balcony? Like, we can go back out of this courtyard?
Yeah, you can go back into the hall where you fought the rug.
Okay. Right. So the hall is kind of what I'm not able to see right now. Are you others able to see out here?
The
area where our tokens are?
Yes, I'm able
can-
to see.
I can
It
see a
seems like it's in
rectangle.
black. It's in black and white, but I'm able.
Same for
Yes,
me.
correct. Same.
Okay, everything's just black for me out there.
I see everything.
Oh, now
I'm-
I see.
Yeah,
Go
I see
ahead.
it all.
I'm just gonna do it like that because I
Oh.
don't know how else to help you.
All right, cool. Thanks. I can see now. Now I'm a little less confused. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. All this line of sight stuff in Fantasy Grounds is a little cumbersome, I think.
Right. Well, since we're in this hall and it looks like that tower is kind of inaccessible, let's try. We got to figure out what's causing that. So maybe we go north. Those
I
double
think deeper
doors?
into the palace, definitely. And we know that there's a hallway there because that's where I got zapped from. So yeah, I think that we can go ahead and move ahead. At least to the door.
Okay. Why don't you
Skyla
guys?
said,
Oh, go ahead.
Skyla said she mentioned where that warlock we were fighting might have run off to.
Yeah, she believes that he probably fled and managed to get back to the rest of the league.
Okay.
That's probably where Maple is.
She's aware of
That's
what's
what I'm assuming.
she's aware of what his skill set is, and she says he knows how to cast gaseous form, and that's probably what he did. Gaseous formed and flew up there.
Okay.
Oh, that does sound familiar. I think you did mention that last session too. Yeah, that is what happened because Maple saw him. Okay. Although we wouldn't have known that, so never mind.
Well, what we're thinking is probably we know what this door opens, and maybe we go up then, just cautiously, right?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So if you want to move your tokens up to where I put that arrow, you'll come into this next hallway, which is, I think you've been in here before. There's windows from the outside. You know, it's kind of dark in here, but like the flashes of lightning keep providing light, kind of almost like spooky haunted castle kind of feel right here. You can see off to your left there are double doors, very ornate looking, like walnut doors, with very kind of fancy like door handles. They appear like they're probably locked. Probably must lead into some kind of grand chamber or kind of a special restricted area that the common guests of the palace aren't supposed to be frequenting. But up ahead, up at this last window, as the lightning strikes and hits, you could see there's a silhouette there. And you just hear kind of like the sound of like kind of squeaking, almost like something's like rubbing up against the window. Kind of like that Windex kind of sound of.
What kind of silhouette is it? What's happening? What kind of? Or is it hard to see? What?
Hard to see. With the dark. The tempest outside kind of makes it kind of dark in here. Give me a perception check as you pop into the hallway there.
Okay. Perception check. 14.
What you see is it seems to be a kind of humanoid looking figure, maybe just under 5 feet tall. Its head has sort of like this bobbish, like kind of like a bob kind of haircut, black hair, and just two big orbs for eyes. And there's this creature. You're not even really sure exactly what it is. It's probably sort of reminiscent of the Darkling creatures that you dealt with earlier, the merchants, but doesn't have like the cloven foot kind of thing going on. But it's standing there, and it's dressed in a brown dress coat, kind of high stockings up to its knees, and it's got these little buckle shoes that it's wearing. And it appears that it is, it's got like a bucket and some sort of a cloth, and it's like cleaning the window. Guy looks like this.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
He's
And
both cool
That's
and
really
makes me
cool.
uncomfortable.
he's kind of like kind of a weird frame, like very long fingers, very long arms, and then like his bottom half, like his legs are really thin and like kind of disproportionately short to his torso. You all said that you were coming in here quietly. Would you all give me a quick stealth check?
Oh, sure.
This gonna be good.
Okay, you guys can stop rolling. So he notices you as you come in, and you can see his head turns and looks in your direction, and you can see that he looks like visibly spooked, and he runs over to this door at the other end. The double door is like furthest from you, and you can see he like almost does like a limbo move where like he kind of his like knees kind of buckle and hinge backwards, and his entire body gets really thin, and like a piece of paper, somehow he like his whole form just kind of transmutes and becomes like paper thin, and he slides right underneath the door.
He like folds up.
Kind of folds like his form just like kind of shrinks and gets real flat, and then he, like a piece of paper, just slides his body feet first, face up, almost like he's like going under like a limbo pole, and out of view into the door.
Seems less efficient than just opening the door, huh?
Wait. Oh. That was weird. Can you do that, Arlo? Can you get that? No. Are you sure?
Well, I have no ability to just get flat, paper thin.
I've never seen that before. Not in any of my studies or my books.
Should we like knock on that door, or should we ignore that?
Hey, Dad. I was gonna call you your own name. Hey, Skyla.
Yes.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so. Well, I guess we're going. Oh, Arlo, wait up.
Oh yeah. I was kind of hoping that. Avoid you noisy lot.
Can we move up? Can we move
Sure.
up?
Mhm.
Is that okay?
Move down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I just want to examine the door to see.
It is locked.
Okay.
I'll say, just for ease, you don't see anything that would appear trapped or anything on it.
Okay. Perhaps should we knock or should we just move on?
I mean,
Hold on
he
a
saw
second.
us. Sorry.
I mean, most
I wanna
things
move
here weren't moving, so this isn't right. This is a person that was not frozen. So it must be
That's
part of
right.
the
Are
gang.
there any symbols, markings, or scratchings on the door?
No scratchings or anything like that. It looks well preserved. Like this whole hallway is clean and immaculate. You could
That's all I
see
wanted
as the lightning flashes, you know, the marble on the floor is very polished.
I see.
So probably you
Oh,
haven't
knock.
hit Jabberwock territory yet.
I think I'm gonna knock on this door.
You knock on the door, and you hear a voice from the other side say, "This library is closed to visitors. Please go away."
Labra?
Library.
Library.
A place that
okay.
keeps books.
Ah,
Yeah, library.
a library is closed to visitors. Oh. Well, could you come out and talk to us then, and if we're not allowed in there?
Just a moment. And
You can use the door too. You don't have to do the whole getting really thin thing.
But no, I want to see that again. You
Oh,
can do
okay,
that.
yeah, do the
Get ready,
thin
yeah,
thing.
get ready to grab the door on the other side as it opens up.
coming, and you hear like a book slam shut. Footsteps come over to you, and door opens, and you see a figure open up the door. Hunchbacked, a man who looks human. He has sort of a cowl over his head, and wearing finery that maybe suggests that he's probably in the employ of Zybilnia or one of her servants or whatnot. And he just says, "Is there something that I can help you with?"
Well, have you ever seen this stuff happen here with the tempest in the middle of the tower there? You see how it's all of a sudden like real tight, swirly, not letting anyone through?
You can see he kind of like cocks his head to look past you and looks out the window, and he says, "No, I've never seen anything like it. I imagine it is Kellic and his crew causing some mischief in the central tower.
I see.
I take it
Hold
you're not
on.
with them?"
That's right.
Um,
I was going to ask you the same question.
"No, I am not with anyone. That is the way I prefer it to be."
Well, your
What about
thoughts
the
on
really-
Zybilnia? Sorry about that. Partner, I'll step back. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, what about the really thin person that just came in here?
"Thinnings, are these your friends?" He's like kind of calling out. And as you see him kind of turn his head, he's looking over at kind of where one of the bookcases meets the wall. And you see that creature is like thin, kind of poking its head. It's just kind of blinking, but is kind of very shy, kind of like just holding still, hoping like this all goes away.
I see. All right, well, but you work for Zybilna, or you just know her? I think that's what Vish was gonna ask next.
Say what?
"I work for the library, which incidentally is owned by Zybilnia."
Mm-hmm.
Have you
She's like
just-
frozen, yeah. So she's still in charge, or
Well, I could tell you this, nobody may peruse the library archives without her permission, and so if she is frozen, then you are not allowed to step foot in here.
yes, that's very good. I'm fine not setting foot in there. We just had some questions and all. So, what else have questions for this friendly person?
So, can we peruse the books if we're going to help Zybilna? Or do we still have to wait for her permission?
I'm like basically family, so I could probably just be let in, right?
You can give me a persuasion check.
Okay. This will go so smooth. That's exactly what I was hoping for. No, I'm not going to use a reroll on that one.
He says, I don't recognize you. Who's, what, distant cousin? Someone that
Yeah,
you used
basically.
to babysit? No.
I mean, yes, but she liked me. She took me to the carnival.
Well,
I was the favorite.
mm-hmm. Well,
Uh-huh.
good for you. Look, I have a lot of
Does it
important things that I need to be doing for Kellic. He's got me researching how to unfreeze someone using a unicorn's horn.
Oh,
does it make a difference if I tell you that Ringle Run is my adopted papa?
Hmm. You're his
I
student.
grew up with him.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Let's do it. Persuasion. Alright. Wow, good with twos tonight, huh, Alex? That's gross.
Would you like to reroll?
Can I reroll?
Yes.
I will in fact reroll. There we go. Much better.
Run. I do respect the wizard. I suppose if fine, come on in. And he just kind of turns and looks over to where the thin one is, and he says, "You're on your own, thinnings." And you can see the thing is like getting like further enmeshing itself like behind this bookcase, like just getting like to the corner.
I want to know
Walking.
more. But
And-
later.
The old man is just like, "Oh, I don't think they're here to harm. It seems like they want to help."
We're definitely here to help.
that's
Both
right.
Ringle Run and Zybilna.
And the little creature kind of starts to kind of creep out. Oi, is it right that you're here to help with Sibylla?
Yeah.
What we're hoping to do.
Oh,
Maybe
that'd
there's
be
something in
quite
these
nice.
books that will assist.
You don't
Maybe.
happen to know her real name, do you?
Oh. Well, I always call her Mrs. Bilnia. I understand that maybe she has had many names in the past. I've been a butler for a long, long time. She's alluded to lives that she has lived in the past, but well, it would help you if you knew her true name.
Thought there was a reason we needed to know that.
Yeah.
The
To help her with the unicorn. Is it to help her with the unicorn horn thing?
the librarian is just like, yes, it's to help her with the unicorn thing. You need to use the unicorn horn, press
I
it
know
to her,
that.
and speak her true name, and she will be unfrozen.
Yes. We knew that too. They're pretty good, huh?
You guys got a spare unicorn horn, so we could just go and do it. I mean, it's the Palace of Heart's Desire, so our heart's desires for a unicorn horn. Do you have one?
No, I don't have a unicorn's horn. I have a lot of
Useless.
books that describe them and their uses, but not the item itself.
Try that. I mean, I don't know
So
the
to come into
terms.
the oh, sorry.
No, you're good. She was just gonna grumble about technicalities.
Okay. I was gonna say, so as I come in and start kind of perusing the library, are there any open books, like any lane that they've been perusing, looking at, anything that looks like it's been disturbed recently? It's out of a place, like it's not lined up perfectly with the bookshelf or anything like that.
Not really. The only book that perhaps there's like a little reading table, and there is a book on it. It looks like it's probably where the librarian was just sitting, and the book that he slammed shut when you knocked on the door. But otherwise, everything is categorized and alphabetized very precisely. There isn't one book that's like askew or anything. Like this guy, this librarian, he's been sitting here for however long, and this is like all he does is maintain this library.
Okay, perfect. So I'm looking for something regarding tempest, storms, magical locks, any of that. I'm gonna sit down and read for a bit. We appear to have time.
Okay, there's like some general like abjuration, magic, theoretical books and things, but nothing. Give me an Arcana check while you're reading.
Okay.
And this will account for like activities that you're doing for probably at least the next
Perfect.
hour or so.
There we go, 22.
Nice.
And so you're tied up in this activity for some time. I'm guessing these others are going to want to keep talking to the librarian and things, but while you're reading, you're basically the long and short of what you deduce, or you the conclusion that you come to is that spell that is causing the tempest is probably tied to Zybilnia in some way, shape, or form. It is likely her enchantment, and so perhaps it is tied to some item that is being manipulated somewhere within the palace. Since she is frozen, it's not likely that it is her directly that is doing it, but something that is her possession that is like attuned to the tempest.
Got it.
So, while you're doing that, Thanings just kind of removes himself from behind the bookshelf, and he says, "Why, did you think that knowing Miss Zybilnia's true name would be helpful? It sounds like that's what you need to be able to undo the curse."
That would be really helpful. It would really help us out.
Oh, there may be just one person, one creature that I can think of who might know.
Ooh.
Her familiar is still around.
Is that the big dragon thing?
No. His name is Igric.
Where would we? Is he? How is he doing? Where's he at?
He currently spends a lot of time up the Beanstalk Tower. I could take you there if he wants to go talk to him.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That would be really helpful there.
100% positive.
Okay. But, to get there, through the ballroom.
The battle.
What's up with the ballroom?
It's where the Jabberwock is.
Why did the Jabberwock here in the first place? What's going on with that?
Well, some time ago, when Zybilnia, before all this, before time froze, he was like a pet to Zybilnia. She let him drink from the cauldron, kept him as a pet. But ever since she's been frozen, he's just layered up there. Has gone real wild like. Very ferocious. I can't get up to them rooms to clean them like I'm supposed to. But if it means helping Miss Zybilnia, I could take you through there, but you mustn't be spotted.
Where to be? Oh,
He will
Wait,
tear
where?
us limb
Why?
from limb. He's so ferocious. I've seen him feed.
So
It's
maybe
horrifying.
I go with them?
I was about to say, we're masters of stealth. This will be no problem.
well, what do we know about the Jabberwock? I mean, I could maybe.
Ferocious, I
Well, I
believe
know
he said.
that, but
Tear
like,
limb from
okay,
limb, I
but I'm
believe he
talking more.
said.
Listen. I'm thinking more about the how do they see and whatnot. Do you guys have any information maybe on the Jabberwock itself?
The library just like grabs a book and like throws it at you.
Thank you, and I catch it midair. There you go. Thank you. Jabberwock. What are their senses and whatnot? Is what she's like.
I'll have limb assist if it's like a roll thing.
I'll say it's not a rule thing. You want to know like how does it see?
Yeah, like if it has some type of other, is there dark vision type
It
of
has true sight.
choose? Okay. Okay. Oh, it just closes it like that. Throws it back. Hey, go.
But
Heads out.
but can it hear good?
Keen senses.
I mean, I guess you haven't had the opportunity to get through there, have you?
I'm sorry. What was the question? You say
You have you been able to get through?
yes, but I have this ability, you see, to become very thin. So I get real thin. Like that is a piece of paper. And I just kind of scuttle along the floor. Can you do that? If you all can do that, then we were probably in good shape.
I cannot do that.
The need has not come up for such a skill. What can I do? It's been a minute. What can I do?
I was thinking like a fog cloud or something like that, but that's not gonna help.
What if? Well, we saw it flying around before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have a schedule where maybe it goes hunting or something, and we can?
Well, I mean, typically speaking, he may be sleeping right now.
Oh.
So then we would just have to go really quiet.
I just want to correct something just in case, because Vish, something like a fog cloud would work.
Okay.
So true sight is like it can see through like invisibility and like darkness, I believe.
Oh.
But I think if you had something that actually obscures you, I don't think true sight can penetrate that, but I could be wrong.
Centered, you create a 20-foot radius sphere. On a point within range, sphere spreads corners, heavily obscured. Lasts for the duration. I mean, that might be good. I mean, we kept it anyway. It'll be quiet enough, but at least we have that. Do you think maybe how big is this ballroom? How far are we gonna have to
Oh,
get through?
I would say maybe about 30 feet or so.
Oh, okay.
10, 20, 50 feet.
Oof.
Well, how big is the cloud again? I wasn't paying attention.
It's sorry. It's it's 40 feet total.
I mean, just kind of center it on the middle, and then you have
What-
a couple feet
Then
at
on
the end.
Jabberwock if we get in there.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, if you just put the cloud on the Jabberwock's face,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that works too.
Uh-huh.
it would be obscured, right? But I don't know if that would
I
disturb.
mean, we still have to be quiet.
Yeah, which is probably the most worrisome part about it all is
Well, I mean,
yeah.
it'll take me a
where
while,
is
but I might be
Squirt?
able
Can we
to.
have Squirt oil up your armor?
Well, that's just what I was gonna say. I could potentially make it a little more quieter, but sorry, Squirt.
You're using Squirt to oil up your armor?
I'm going on Squirt. Not yet. Wake
Oh,
up,
okay.
Squirt.
Hmm? Is it over?
What over?
The Jabberwock talk.
No,
Did we do
didn't.
it? Are we through?
We're gonna have to go do it this.
Oh, he
Squirt.
didn't do it yet. Oh,
Oh.
God. He closes his eyes. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna use some of your oil real quick.
okay. If it helps.
Yeah, I'll use some of his oil to help me kind of.
Okay. We'll say that it takes the disadvantage of your armor stealth check off.
Yes. Anyone else? No. Oh, you're really good. Yes. Thank you. You could go back to
Don't
sleep.
have
Okay.
armor.
I'm not really sleeping.
Do we all have to go?
I'm fine letting you take a look, and me hanging back here in the safety of the library. Do some Jabberwock reading. It'll be like I'm there.
I'll go. I'm feeling great.
Skyla is just like, I'm gonna hang out here with these books.
Dan, do you know if there's
Oh.
anything else that we gotta worry about? Pat, there, or you?
Well, could be. There's
Yeah.
there's a really large fella who lives over there in that side of the palace. Every time I see him, he demands that I fetch him a bit of food or something from the kitchen. Very ravenous.
Oh. Well, where's the kitchen? Can we just stop there first?
It's on the way.
Okay.
Maybe we.
But what's
bring
up with
some
it?
food.
What's wrong with the kitchen, though?
Well, it's just everyone is frozen. All of the
Oh.
little pixies and the folk that prepare Miss Sibelia's dinners and her desserts, all frozen.
How come you're not
Oh.
frozen?
Well, that's just the thing. I suppose Miss Sibelia's sisters, when everything came like this, they decided that somebody needed to upkeep the place, and so they unfroze me with the unicorn's horn.
A hard time imagining Skabatha or what's her name was part of that decision.
Of Lorna.
Lorna, I don't think she would have thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not quite sure who arrived at that conclusion, but whatever it is, it's too much palace for just one butler. I'm quite busy all the time, and quite exhausted.
Well, couldn't you take a break once in a while?
I just need some help, is all. Before all this, I had a whole team of maybe a dozen goblins that helped me. But now I get all sorts of requests from those blokes up there in that tower, Mr. Kellick and the like, always making demands of me. I'm very eager. If you say that you can help Miss Sibylla, I think that would be quite nice. I miss her very much.
Sure, I think we can, as long as we can find out what her real name is, and then figure out. Well, Joan, you want to stay here and study how to fix this storm gate, and then we'll go talk to the guy, find out the real name. We'll come back. We'll meet up. We'll solve the storm gate problem.
Yeah, I mean, I'll stay here and keep reading as much as I possibly can.
And
Maybe
then
what?
you're gonna help. Fish and I are gonna go get eaten by a Jabberwocky.
Yeah. No,
Please don't
it's
get
gonna be
eaten.
fine. Don't worry, if we wake up, we're waiting back here. So
So it sounds like, is it Fish, Lim, and Arlo and Thinnings are going?
Sure.
Skyla and Shion are hanging back at the library.
Oh, that Lim was staying here. Are you going?
Oh, well, if you're staying, I might hang back and help with like research things.
We should do that.
My
We have a
stealth's
lot
not
to look at.
my stealth's not bad, but I might be more helpful in the library.
Okay. So Fish, Arlo, and Thinnings. So just follow along Thinnings as we're going to move up here to the north.
coming.
And then takes you to this set of doors here,
Oh, what the God?
where he just
Very
kind
well
of puts
polished.
a finger up to his lips and he says, "Okay, here on out we must be very quiet." And so, doors open, and he moves to about right here. And I'm going to give you a description of what you see as you do that. So this is very clearly the ballroom that you are entering in. And unlike other parts of the palace, you immediately feel sort of a sense of danger just because of the disrepair to many of the walls and such. Like there's just, it's rubble strewn, and you could just visualize that Jabberwock like runs through here, just bulldozes through pieces of the palace and makes his lair here. The northern part of it is just littered with rock, marble stones, the splinters of doors. Those doors that are still intact in places are just like hanging on the hinges. And pretty much throughout this entire hall, you can see frozen, motionless, are guests of Zybilnia's, royal courtiers and servants and such that are all like frozen in time. And they all are standing around, and in the center here is where you can see a black iron cauldron that stands atop a dais in the middle of the chamber. And there are still vapors that are moving and rising up from the cauldron. And right there, a dragon's body is clinging to it, wrapped up around it, sleeping soundly. Eyelids closed, a flutter, but like kind of has that movement almost like it's dreaming, like it kind of rustles a little bit, like it's about to stand up and attack something in its dreams, but it never does. And you can see nearby is a tall, imperious, middle-aged woman with long white hair and white robes who is reaching towards, it would appear, the cauldron. And there's another woman nearby in armor, grasping a fine-looking quarterstaff near her side. A little further yet, I would say, up to the north here, through to this other chamber, you can see there stands a round table. The table is marble-topped, ringed by high-backed chairs, and you see between the table and the ballroom, standing motionless, is a white-haired wizard wielding a staff that has glittering frost erupting from its tip, almost like he was in mid-spell casting. And so here is an image of the wizard that you see up there by the round table. And I don't really have an image of the white-haired woman, but you feel that must be Zybilnia. The Thinnings is just kind of tiptoeing around the dragon and gestures for you to do the same. You can give me stealth checks.
Can I cast Fog Cloud?
Sure. It's a 20-foot cube.
20-foot radius sphere.
Oh,
I'm gonna
radius.
center
Okay.
it on. Yeah, so. And I have a range of under 20 feet to cast. So I'm going to cast it right
Okay.
on top of it.
Sounds good. So, big cloud kind of right on top of, obscuring where you know the Jabberwock to be.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go.
Do I want to I don't know if I want to re-roll that.
Well, let's see mine, and then you can see. All right, so I'm going to get rid of the. Well, it's going to roll it at disadvantage. That way.
You just click the advantage button under there and it should cancel out then? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. It should. I'm going to re-roll.
Definitely should reroll.
Here we go.
Okay.
Solid.
And Arlo, you're staying with what you got there?
Yeah. I don't have to be quiet, I just have to be quieter than you.
Sure you do.
So, the two of you, like, step out here. And as you're moving around it, you can't really see it too well yourselves because of the fog cloud, but you start to hear like its breathing changes a little bit. What do you do?
We gotta dash. Do you run dash?
All right.
Through the door, dash
All right.
through the door.
Give me acrobatics checks.
Oh god. Oh man. All right.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna reroll. Jeez.
Do we even have enough rerolls?
Well, that's the
Yeah.
last of the rerolls right there, I think.
I think
We
you
have five,
have
so-
one left.
One left.
Okay.
Looking good.
So, Arlo, you dash forward, like you're already like much faster than the encumbered Vish. Vish, an attack of opportunity at disadvantage because it's a little groggy, but it heard you step. Very high passive perception.
Yeah.
So disadvantage. Can I get that to work? Okay. $15 misses.
That misses.
All right, you make it through the door and you slam the doors shut as you hear kind of a thump, and the thing like hits the doors and then gets quiet, almost like it just decided like it's still kind of sleepy. It doesn't pursue you, but you could feel as that claw like was like hit your armor, like you get winded a bit and like your armor is a little like mangled. Like you could see like the it's, if you hadn't been wearing that armor, like you'd probably be at least unconscious. So you get kind of a sense of how
I'm gonna move over my token over here too.
is.
Just it makes me feel better to move my token.
Is there an alternate route back?
And Thinings like thinks about it and it's like, maybe we could try another way. And then he's like, oh no, that wouldn't work. It would bring us. He's like, you could see he's like thinking of different ways. Like, no, that wouldn't work. Oh, the storm. No, I think we'll need to come back right through here again.
All right. Well,
but problem for another time, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
I suppose. All right. Yeah, let's go.
Happy.
So-
Look at this thing, and she's kind of showing you like just that damage. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah, we'll both need to collect this knowledge in case one of us doesn't make it back.
What? She hurries up behind you.
And Thinning says, okay, well, right behind these doors is the dining room. That big fella I was telling you about, he's oftentimes in here.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Dealt with big fellas before. Remember the beekeeper?
But he's looking for a snack.
amicably, yeah, we amicably resolved the issues there. So I think
Right. He wants a snack though. Right? He hungry? Tinnings?
he's always hungry. Always.
Right. Is there any food left?
Not much, no.
thinnings would be this thin if there were a lot of food left.
No, I know that. Well, maybe we should go in there already. That's what I'm saying, right?
We want to solve things diplomatically, I think.
All right, here we go. He opens the door, and you can see inside paintings of fey creatures and the mounted heads of majestic elk with golden horns decorate the walls of the dining hall. And right in the middle is this very long table where a deformed giant squats at the head of the table. It's piled with scraps of food or kind of the pickings, I guess, of like great foul beasts and different dishes that it has been snacking on. Most of them are picked over pretty well. And he's just kind of picking his teeth like with a large bone. He's way too big to be sitting in any of the chairs or anything. He just sits like right on the floor, almost like a Japanese table, because he barely can fit like even like an ankle like underneath the table. There's a tea cart that you see in one corner of the banquet hall with an iron kettle, and a tureen of steaming soup is resting there. And the giant is just he grabs, there's like a keg nearby that he's like grabs and like is shaking get like a few drips or drabs of liquid, and he's like,
Try to
you see him
sneak
frustrated. He
by.
just throws it across the room, smash.
Shall we try to sneak around here too?
I don't think so. Does he see us as we walk in?
Uh,
Oh boy.
He's not paying attention to you just yet, just now.
I guess we could try to sneak until, what do you call it? Does it look like that kettle looks like it's full of liquid though?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I think I might have something in mind if things get a little dicey.
Okay. What's this sort of spotted line in the room here? On the floor?
There's like a balcony overhead
Oh,
that
okay.
juts out, so that's where like the
So that's
overhang
upper
is.
level.
Yeah.
Would that potentially cast enough shadows for us to try to skulk along the wall without being seen?
Yeah, it's possible.
I'm gonna try that at the very least.
He's
Sneak
he's
up into that
he's
corner.
facing that direction, but you know, he's not staring at the wall, so you could be just out of his peripheral range if you sneak. So
That's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to sidle like the wall into the
Yeah,
corner,
we'll try
and
that
then
first.
sort of really slowly the length of this extremely long room.
sure. Give me a stealth check.
Should I as well? I'm trying to do the same.
You're trying to do the same? Yep. And there is one reroll left.
Oh wait, that should have been at. I saw an 18, so that would have been a 19.
You'll just unfortunately have to re-roll it just because I don't know which die came first.
Oh,
Because otherwise, I'm
Right.
essentially giving you advantage on that one.
I get it. Good. Oh, I'm gonna reroll it. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing.
And then Arlo, did you want to re-roll potentially?
Okay, I'm happy
I'll
I
try
used
the
it.
reroll. I feel bad using our last one, but I feel like avoiding this conflict's important, so I'll do another reroll and use the last one. A little better, but not great.
What are you doing? Why are you so loud?
As you are moving along the wall there, suddenly you just hear this booming voice say, "Hey, hey, 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 where you go?"
Oh. Hello.
Where? Bring me. I'm hungry.
God.
There's food
Well,
in the
that's it.
ballroom.
We bought you some food.
Ooh.
Oh, let me see the food.
Well, let me see what you got there, buddy. We're gonna do a little trade.
No trade. You give tribute. I'm scary. I'll
You
eat
sure
you
are.
if you don't give me tribute.
Would you do that to me?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you-
B5 You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what comes. You know the rest.
So yeah.
I smelled
fine.
you. I smelled you all the way over there. You trying to creep through and not give tribute.
No, we were trying to get closer so you
Mhm.
would see us over here. We didn't want to get bask in your glory over there. We're
Yeah.
over here now.
Think I'm a stupid giant? No,
do
I'm
not
just
say
a
that.
hungry.
Well, if there's Kale, get you something. What is your what do
Cake.
you love?
I want
You
a
want cake?
cake. Yep.
Oh, okay.
I want
Okay.
Zabilia's cake.
What kind? Wait, no, hold on there. What kind? What does it taste like?
I don't know. I never had it because that little twerp would never let me eat it. And you see, like, Thinnings is, like, behind you and, like, real thin towards the wall.
The cake. You want cake?
And Thinnings is like, it's for Miss Sibilia. Her cake for when she gets awake. It's not for him.
Oh, that's fine. What does it taste like?
It's a marble cake.
A marble cake.
Ooh, marble.
Oh, I like marble.
A little cream cheese
Any-
frosting, maybe.
Is it
on
is
there?
it cream
Yes,
cheese?
yes.
Yeah, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anything else?
Like floral patterns on it or anything?
The pixies went to great lengths decorating it.
Okay. All right. All right. What does it look like? Exactly. You gotta give me that.
Okay.
What does it smell like? What does it smell like?
Oh, it is a heavenly scent of confectionery and sugar, and just has that sort of smell when you walk into a bakery, like you're you're a little kid again.
Okay. I think I know that. Hey there. What's your name, Majesty? What's your name?
Dumb floor gal.
Don't forget. That's your parents. Really love you with that name there, partner. Hey, I'm Vish.
Fish. Ooh, I could go for some fish.
Is that what you want? You want that instead?
In addition to.
Oh, okay. Well, then hold on there. Okay, now we're getting fancy. Okay, well, we happen to have. Well, unfortunately, we did bring. It's okay if I get a little closer.
Okay.
Okay, and I am looking for anything that I could grab. Is there anything on the table?
Yeah,
or
like
anything?
there's like the platters of, you know, half-eaten pudding and
Okay,
big turkey.
whatever it is, big old turkey. Now we knew that. I mean, we were told that you like this cake, but unfortunately, sourpuss in the ballroom squished it a bit.
Who squish it?
The the buddy in the ballroom, the big old Jabberwocky.
Kellic is giving a Jabberwock cake, but he won't give me a cake.
Can you believe that?
I don't like it. I deserve
don't-
cake. I do a
This is
lot.
what I'm telling you. And she's gonna kind of, as she's kind of telling you, she's gonna go, well, wait a second, it's back here. Let me get it. And she's gonna turn around with whatever she grabbed, and she's gonna cast prestidigitation on it. First, she's gonna make it this whatever this thing is that I grabbed. She's gonna make it taste like a very marble cake. Second, she's gonna make it look like it's squished cake on top. Third, she's gonna make it smell like a bakery does when you're 5 years old.
Can prestidigitation do all that?
You could get 3 instances of it, and you could do that.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
The description of what a bakery smells like when you're 5 years old. That's a magical time.
All right. Arcana check. All right. This should be. Oh, I shouldn't say anything, but. Oh, it was. Okay, 15.
Okay. He gets up from the table, and he's like moving over towards you. For me?
Now it's smooshed. First, no. You gotta savor the smell. Smell it.
It smells good. I like smell, but I'd rather taste.
Well, this
They
is
ready
just
to run?
What do you
into the-
think? We're gonna just. We brought you this as a tribute for us to just let us. We're gonna keep on going though. Maybe we could find something else you'd like to eat over there.
I want the cake.
Okay. Well, it's squishy, but it's here. Now.
I don't know how you did that. You just picked that up and you cast some ooga booga magic on it. If it's
But
good,
look, it smells. Oh, it smells so good.
it
Go
does
ahead.
smell good.
Here.
And he grabs it.
There you go.
He like presses it to his face, and he's like, "What the hell is this? There's
Is
nothing
it
here."
good? What?
And he like throws the dish.
What do you mean?
You
there's
son of
nothing
a
there?
bitch!
Son of a bitch!
He flips the table.
No,
What?
That's a really big table.
No, it made it to. Well, okay, so just to be clear, I made whatever that I grabbed, non-living thing. I'm able to flavor it, so I flavored it like the cake, the marble cake. Are you looking it up? Do you want me to post it?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
feel like as soon as he interacts with it, it's a cantrip, so it's
Oh,
gonna
It tastes like cake.
All right, let me see if I
It's
could
still chip by
send that.
twist.
Does that go to chat at all? Maybe you could click it there for the option, possibly, or no? Oh, there it is. Maybe.
I guess it is transmutation, man.
Also, Arlo, just in case, Lim did give you a stone that lets you run 10 feet faster. So just in case you need.
Believe me. Yeah, that's on the sheet here.
Okay, cool.
It's an illusory
Well, actually,
image.
it's not
Okay, yeah,
technically on
that's
the-
hallucinatory. That's
So
hallucinatory.
as soon
That's
as
the
he
way it looks,
as soon as he
the
interacts
way
with
it
it,
looks.
he
but it
knows.
smells and still tastes like it.
And so there wasn't much matter, you know.
Uh,
Like as soon as he interacts with it, he gets pissed off because it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, the it's only so powerful. This you could probably trick. You know, it buys you like 10 seconds.
Okay.
So yeah, he's raging at this point, just pissed that it wasn't what he was hoping for. So what do you
I've been
what do you
running
do?
since
You're running.
he reached
Yep.
for the cake.
I mean, if we got 10
I've
seconds.
been running since he reached for the cake. I don't know what Vish was doing.
He's going
I run
to
fast.
give me Vish a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
He lights up, his eyes light up in
What?
rage.
He's got spells like that?
Fortunately, you make the save, so you only take half of this damage.
Okay.
You take 13 points of psychic damage. As
All right.
he's just raging. He's flipping over the table and he's like creating a ruckus. You have enough time at that point. You head stings a bit as you start running away from him. You get to the other side of the room. We'll say no problem. As you just hear like commotion, like he's just throwing a hissy fit. But then you get to the other end, you slam the doors shut, and you move into this next area. I'm going to put pause on you two for a second. We'll go back to see what they're doing over in the library. So, Shion and Lim, you've been doing some reading. What's up over in the library?
Comparatively
So-
pretty quiet.
Yeah, so basically, I think we're looking for info on the Jabberwocky. We didn't find anything on the Tempest per se. Are there actual spell books over here too? Because if there are, I would definitely be looking at those to see if there's anything that we can use as scrolls. Can you rip them out of the book, use it as a scroll?
The book that's on the desk is a spell book, although the librarian kind of, as you're like looking at it, like walks over there and puts his hand on it in a kind of defensive, like, no, don't even think about it.
Can I just look at it?
No.
Okay.
Pretty please.
No.
She's gonna.
This one's
maybe-
mine.
It's yours.
Oh, like your personal? Like you can
Yes.
cast? Oh, well, that's amazing.
Not that special.
Well, Incaster is special. That's what I was told.
Hmm.
So, do you have anything about the Jabberwock? We should read about that.
He points at the book
and-
that he threw at Fish earlier. That's probably sitting somewhere. That's the only
Okay, I'll
one.
actually pick that up then and look at it and see if there's anything we can glean from it. What are we looking for? Jabberwockies, how they're created, what they eat, how they exist, how to maybe capture one or put it under your control.
Maybe anything
that
they're
kind of thing.
particularly resistant to as well. Like that way
Yep.
we know what to avoid.
Yep.
So basically what you'll learn is that the Jabberwock is a very unique creature. It is a solitary, very temperamental predator. You usually haunts forests or ancient ruins. Very difficult. There's not much written actually in the book about it. It's more hypothetical about, like, not many that run across Jabberwock live to tell the tale about it. You're more likely to have seen evidence of it after the fact than the beast itself. But pieced together accounts suggest that the thing that it is most closest related to would maybe be a dragon. Is a winged creature capable of flight. All, you know, a lot of the things in the book you have to take with a grain of salt because you don't know whether they are true or not. They're kind of secondhand accounts of other people's beliefs about a Jabberwock. One of them being that it is impossible to kill, that should you slay it, it will just come back. It will reincarnate itself. There's a whole section in the book about the Jabberwock doesn't even exist, and that these are all pieced together stories that could be explained by other phenomenon. There is one bit you're looking for, a vulnerability. It seems that there is one piece of the tale that suggests that there is one way maybe that it could be slain, and that is with a Vorpal sword. Beheading it with a Vorpal sword perhaps would be the way to kill it and not have it return and come back.
Vorpal
Piece of cake. We
sword.
just need to find a Vorpal sword. Yeah. Maybe that's what Kellic had when I saw him. Let's check that out later, I think.
Does the library guy know of a Vorpal sword and where it might be? Is there another book on it?
He says he's not sure. He says, I don't know. There's certainly no book that will tell you that, but I would suspect Zybilnia would not keep such a beast around without a way of dealing with it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. So he says he suspects that could be that Zybilnia has something somewhere. He doesn't know. He's never seen her carry around a Vorpal sword or anything like that, but he believes that she would have a plan B.
Is there like a armory, or where would her room be? Unless, is it the thing that's being surrounded by the storm?
Her quarters are upstairs, above the ballroom.
Above the ballroom, okay. So there's a place to look. And there's no armory? Like, there's no place where, like, a bunch of guards might keep, like, fancy stuff? Or is there, like, maybe, like, a trophy room where kind of, like, items of particular interest are shown off?
He says that she's got some rooms like that upstairs as well, in the western wing. But there's no armory. Zybilnia doesn't have a standing guard or army or anything like that.
Okay. Well, at least we have two places that we could potentially check, and both are upstairs in the western wing, I believe you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, we have that. I guess should we wait until they get back, or is there anything else that we should look for while we're here? Oh, is there
We should definitely not leave them without them.
my second question, my other question, not second, is there a map of the grounds? Like, I mean, some castles have, like, secret passageways. Like, is this one of them, or is this a lame castle that doesn't have any secret passageways?
He says there are all sorts of secrets within the palace. They are not charted on any map that I possess.
But you do have a map.
I have maps of Prismere at large. Could be. Maybe it is something upstairs in the private library of Zybilnia. These are more the general writings and collection that her guests sometimes come here to peruse.
Okay.
Was there anybody in here before us?
Belek.
Did he look at anything particular?
Just put me to work to find a way to use the unicorn horn to unfreeze time.
Have you found that yet?
Yes.
But he didn't know her real name, correct?
He says that he does.
Oh, shoot. So that the only barrier is the Jabberwock, I think, is like someone said he's afraid of it.
That's what Thinning says.
I have nothing that can recreate a Jabberwock. I mean, we could lure a Jabberwock to him. That puts us in danger, though. So that's a problem. We could lure him to a Jabberwock. But then again, there's also a storm in the way. But we did find out that the storm is linked to Zybilnia's magic.
Yep, I would let you know somewhere along the way that it's probably linked to one of her magical items. Which means that she probably is not in possession of it, but someone is. And they're using it
Yeah.
with
That
power.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And here I was
So
hoping,
just-
like, in the West Wing upstairs, everything will be answered. Okay, that makes sense.
Right. Right. Just out of curiosity, when I was doing my studies, did I read or hear lore or see anything about a sword that could change the weather? Or no, for that matter, for any kind of unique item that would change the weather like this?
Not specifically, other than the book that you read was more hypothetical. It wasn't about this storm, just more about abjuration magic and similar magic. So such an object, it could be anything, but likely something that Zybilnia has. Okay. Well, I'll let you maybe think about other questions that you might peruse. I'm going to flip over here to Vish and Arlo. The two of you have just emerged from the ballroom. You can hear the raging giant behind you. You probably don't want to linger too long, but basically where you emerge, you can see into this tower here, where a giant beanstalk has torn asunder much of the inner workings of it and has even like crept out, busted open, busted through where maybe the door had at one time been, which creeps around into this other chamber just over here, which appears to be the kitchen area. You can see that this big, huge cake is laid out right here. It's 8 feet tall, 3 feet in diameter, multi-tiered, sitting on a round table. You can see an assortment of stoves and cupboards all around to make up this kitchen area. And suspended in midair all around are tiny little pixies with chef's hats and aprons and such, and cooking utensils in hand. Basically this tower that you're looking into, the beanstalk has grown so much that it has ripped the tower asunder and has lifted it up. So like there's like sunlight from outside that's like filtering in here from broken tower. So just imagine like there's like this, the first half of the tower is intact, and then it's just ripped apart, and that beanstalk has grown maybe, we'll say, some 30 feet. There's just a gap there where it's been torn asunder, and like the other half of the tower is just like held kilter up in the air at the top of the beanstalk.
Suppose the familiar we're looking for is up there.
Yeah, Thinnings points up and he says, "Yeah, he spends most of his time up there. If we're going to be going up there, we need to climb."
Right. Start climbing.
All right.
We'll look, kind of observe, and see if we can pick out like a good path to kind of climb up.
Yeah, it's shouldn't be too bad. It's going to be difficult, of course. It's going to be tiring. But it's definitely possible to climb up there.
What type of creature is this familiar?
Well, spends most of his time as a toad.
Okay.
Okay. That's okay.
We'll keep an eye out for a toad when we get up there and start climbing.
All right. Give me strength athletics checks.
Mm. Here we go.
Oh.
Oh, looking good.
Okay, what do we 4 to 5. Okay. So you both are climbing up, and it seems like it's going okay as you're making your way up. But why don't you both roll for me percentile?
God. Okay, you got it.
Best way to accomplish that with these just 2d10.
Right click on the D10, and then there's a percent option.
Oh, there it is.
Oof.
Oh.
Yeah, you both like almost get. You're almost like you're like 10 feet away from like getting up into the tower and being able to climb up into it when you both fall. Anybody have anything that helps with falling?
I have slow fall, so I will just take less damage when I hit the ground.
Okay. That'd be 28 points of damage.
I can reduce any falling damage I take by an amount equal to 5 times my monk level, so I can reduce that by 35 down to 0 damage.
Perfect.
Ouchie.
And Vish just absorbs it.
You okay there, Fish?
No.
Maybe we
I
should
was
heal
gonna
you up
use
a little
that.
bit.
Listen. I was gonna say maybe we should kill ourselves before I go up.
What?
I'm gonna go ahead and pick. Oh, this python I have here. I'm gonna go. Give me a second. And I'm gonna start tying a rope to it and start trying my best to like secure myself to the rope. And I'm gonna take time to actually hammer this thing into the side of the beanstalk and try to go up again a little bit more securely.
Let's say you could do your strength athletics at advantage. You're
Okay.
using some tools to help you.
let Vish keep climbing up, and then if Vish makes it up, we'll try to use the set of ropes that are already
It does
intact then on the side.
All right. We're doing strength athletics, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Great. Oh, add advantage. So it's already going to be better. Oh, 12. Securely going up. Just.
All right. As you're moving up, you unfortunately, so you're like, you've got like the rope is attached to the end of the python as you're going up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say, roll me percentile again.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Not too bad. You end up getting like most of the way up. Then you fall. And this time, you don't fall all the way down. You've got kind of a harmless. You just kind of like fall, and the way it happens is the rope like catches on your python, but then your body slams into a bit of the beanstalk, and it kind of wins you a little bit. You just take 6 points of damage from that.
Okay.
And Arlo, what did you have? You did okay on yours?
I didn't climb yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting. I thought it would be a good idea to be down here in case
I die
all the way down, and I
can help me out.
So with that, we'll say Vish. After that happens, you manage to make it. It's a struggle, obviously, but you do get up there, and you're like 80 feet up, and you climb up into that tower.
All right, I will begin my ascent, trying to use the remnants of like his pooled in things. If he has the python and the ropes or whatever.
All right, give me strength athletics check at advantage.
Okay, come on now.
Okay, you make it up there. So the two of you climb up, and Thinnings tells you that he's not going up with you. He doubts his ability to be able to climb that beanstalk, but he'll wait for you at the base. And so the two of you climb up into the interior of the tower at the top, which is just a mess of broken furniture and grasping vines. Like everything in here almost looks like it has been like kind of jostled around a bit. And so everything is in disrepair. But amid the ruins, you see a toad that is wearing a tiny wizard's cape perched on the lid of a treasure chest that has slid into a wall. And become surrounded with junk. And you see there's another toad that is kind of hopping about. So there's like two toads in here, basically. There's one that's standing on top of that treasure chest, and the other just seems to be kind of meandering around, just hopping around. And they're kind of making little, I don't know, toad noises at each other.
Good day, toads. Is it Igilth? What was the name again? Shoot, I forgot.
Icaric?
Igric?
Igric, is one of you happen to be Igric? Looking at the one with the cape. The little wizard cloak.
The one with the cape nods.
Would you be able to tell us? We're attempting, Thinnings brought us here. We're attempting to rescue Zybilna using a unicorn horn. But in order to do that, we need her real name. And Thinnings thought you might know that.
Make an insight check.
Not bad.
While you're
so.
in like mid, like you're saying that, you can see the toad with the cloak on is like blinking at you, and you think maybe he's trying to get you to stop talking so much.
Oh, so I stop.
So you do so.
Glance over at the other toad and like look back at this toad, and I go,
Wait.
And it nods.
"All right, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna take like a pouch, and I'm gonna grab the other toad. I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna say, "Me?"
And it nods. So you go to grab the other toad. Give
Go
me
to try to
give
put it
me
in like a sack.
give me either probably an acrobatics check, we'll say. You're trying to
Okay.
scoop it up. Without it dodging. Okay. I'm gonna have it just roll like an opposed check, I guess.
Mhm.
And so you scoop it up. And then you're motioning to the other toad, like, should you like smack it or hit it?
Should I bash this thing's head in?
And it's like nodding.
Why?
Evil toad? Alex toad?
Why?
Kellic, specifically Kellic.
Mm.
I'm gonna also be like, I'm gonna ask it another question that would have a negative response, just to make sure that it doesn't only ever just nod. So I'm trying to think of one. Hold on. You, friends with the Jabberwock? Okay, it can say no. Alright, I'm gonna
Then-
smack this toad on the ground really hard.
Okay, you do so, and then the bag bursts, and you see Bavlorna like burst forth, and she's like, you son of a, what are you doing that for?
What are you doing here?
She stands up, and you see her grab onto like a leaf of the beanstalk, and it starts rising up, and then you realize that's not actually a leaf from the beanstalk, but it's her little lily pad bride, and she like starts to fly up like through like a piece of the tower, and she says, "You guys stay away from Zybilnia. Don't free her. It'll be really bad. Goodbye."
Goodbye.
And she just flies away. And you see the
I can
little
see
frog
you
with the
again.
cape is just kind
Bye.
of like laughing. He's just like, "That's good. Knocked her
Oh,
real
you talk.
hard. Yeah, like a dog."
I just talked before. Like, hey, that's the brain.
Because she didn't know what was gonna hit her. You did. You were the one that was gonna hit her.
Okay.
So you so
So what's up?
We want to free Zybilna, but we need her real name.
Oh, need a real name, do you?
Yes, of course.
so you don't
Do.
yes. Like, Vish looks beat up. Like, yes, we would appreciate you just telling us that, please.
Why should I tell you?
Would you do you miss Zybilnia?
Mm-hmm.
Is that-
Do you want her to be free?
I do. Can you
Then we
free
can-
her?
Yes.
You can. How would you do that?
The unicorn horn ritual.
Uh-huh. Do you have a unicorn horn?
We
We're
really
gonna get it from Kellic, yeah.
Don't have it now, though.
wait.
Once
What?
you have it, maybe I
No,
tell
no.
you real name.
Oh, it was really fucking hard to get here, please.
Wait, I almost died. Look at me.
He almost
Jeez.
died.
Are you
There's a
kidding me?
Hungry giant. There's an angry
Come
Jabberwock.
on.
Oh, you got hurt by an angry giant, and I had to climb a beanstalk.
Yeah,
You're
I
the
know.
ones that are going to help free Zybilnia?
That
There's
mean, we're
more
here,
of us
aren't we?
that weren't-
Has
yeah,
anyone
there's
else come to
more of
visit
us.
you? Has anyone else been up here?
No, just
Don't
Toadface.
don't
Ish.
It don't feel good, does it?
I don't care.
Yeah, you do. I could tell.
Okay, well, we'll just take you with us then, yeah?
Okay, I'll go with you.
Once we have it,
Oh,
you can tell us.
I could make room. Hold on.
Look, look, look. If I tell
I'll put
you
you in-
the name now, and you fail, that could be really bad for Zabilia.
Sure, that's true.
Oh.
I understand.
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
Feel like though after maybe a couple hours just hanging out with Squirt and Vicious Grandpa, you might just want to tell us and come back up here. But for now, we'll bring you with us.
He like looks
Okay,
confused. He
I
doesn't
can
know
make
what that
some
means.
room. And I just the door, the like hotel, just opens up on my
I'll
helmet.
kind of give him a lift into
Hey,
there.
man, there's lots of room up here, mate. Come on.
I imagine like the penthouse suite is just Vicious hat.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's nice up there now. It's gotten a lot nicer up there.
Yeah.
Also, is there
Um,
anything like of significance up here, like maybe in this treasure chest that might help us?
Well, let's take a look. 'Cause I have to reference that. Thank you, Ed. Just gave us a cheer, 100 bits. Thank you, and re-rolls for the party. So
Hey,
there's only
we
4 of
just
them
ran
here
out,
tonight,
thank
but I'll
you.
give them 5 because this group desperately needs all of the re-rolls they can get. Okay. What is in the treasure chest? Contains a pair of winged boots. And Egric says, you should take these. They could help you fly around. Then next time you won't have such beanstalk problem. Too bad these weren't placed elsewhere, huh?
Too bad we do. Yeah, we couldn't ask you to drop them down for us. That would be real nice.
Could have. Didn't. But have
It's
them now.
okay. I'm sorry that I was so mean to you. I just got a little upset because I got real beat up and I was questioned.
Want the flying boots, Fish?
I would love the flying boots.
Yeah, do take
fact-
the flying boots.
I would like to study them and make a little bit more maybe later. She says.
Anything else of and this is just more me glancing around. I mean, there was pretty obvious there was that treasure chest. Is there anything else I see that looks like it might be hiding some sort of...
No, that like the rest of the everything up here looks pretty. You spend some time like searching through it, but it's all destroyed and wrecked. And so you feel pretty good about that you got everything that's useful up here.
Alright, well, Vish, here, you study these boots and fly down so you don't get hurt.
Okay. And make yourself. What was your name? I know it's Icaric. I said it correctly.
Egric.
correct? Okay. Well, this is my grandpapa, and this is my buddy Squirt. Hope you.
Pleasantries are exchanged.
Yeah, this so nice. You guys sure don't want to just elaborate a bit more? No, they're all able to. They're all able to.
Your grandfather's like, I'm so tired.
I'm so old.
I can't remember all these names, Vish.
I'm sorry.
And, so I'll just attempt to climb down. I don't really care if I fall,
Okay.
because I'll just reduce the damage.
Yeah, I think
in
it's.
fact, I'm just gonna drop down. You tell me if I take it.
You take no damage. You do anime monk shit all the way down, and you get down there. And we'll say Vish, you know, based on the fact that they're taking like probably an hour studying in the library, you can take an hour here to a short rest if you want before heading down and attune to the boots.
Really?
You got hit dice that you want to use to heal. Yeah, go for it. Basically, I think just given the time here, we're going to say that when you get back down there, you will find that your giant friend probably got so pissed off he was going to. You got the sense that maybe he wasn't supposed to really leave that dining room, and that was what kept him contained in there. But you riled him up so much that he busted through those doors, but then found the cake that he was longing for. And so he's engorging himself on the cake by the time you get down there, making it real easy for you to slip past.
Okay.
we're going to hand wave the rest of this to bring the group back together so that we can move forward. So that you, Ygric, Thinnings will continue to tag along with you because why not? You all make your way back to the library. We're all reunited.
You okay, Fish? You look like you were ran through a grinder. Just a little bit.
Do I?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't feel
like
good. Well, I
twice.
feel better now, but I mean, my armor don't look too good.
Oh, she's just gonna go back to reading.
Oh.
The fingernails get a little longer.
Hey guys, so what happened? That was a while. I think I read like 2 books while you were gone.
We encountered
Well, yes, we did
a
get.
beanstalk.
There was indeed a Jabberwock, but that
Hungry
wasn't
giant.
the big issue. Apparently,
Giant.
there's a
We knew
giant.
about the Jabberwock.
There's a giant that is friends with Calic.
A giant friend, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then we climbed a beanstalk and we found Ygric.
Gravity.
Gravity also
what's
is.
Ygric?
I see. But I'm gonna blink. I just like zoom up and down real quick.
Lim is totally jealous and now
You have a
wishes
new
she
friend?
went.
Oh, and oh wait, say hello. I got someone else up here.
Hello.
Okay, bye.
Hey.
We can let Ygric out in the library.
Oh. There you go. Sorry about that.
It goes and it hops onto Shion's shoulder.
Hi. Friend?
You look,
Friend?
yeah, it looks a lot more roomier over here.
You can be there for now. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Oh,
So, who are you?
This is-
hey,
Who's
Hey.
this?
I'm Ygric. Sibylia's
agreed.
familiar.
He's agreed to give us
Oh.
Sibilna's real name.
Is familiar. I
Yes.
thought we were getting just the name.
Oh, can't tell you name. You don't have all of the ingredients.
Oh, so the agreement is that you come with until we have all the ingredients?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Okay.
Are you sure that's him? Is there a way I could see if there's anything locked in the memory box to help me remember if this is her familiar?
Oh, guys, we saw
Um,
Bevlorna.
You
She said
don't
not
remember.
to
Okay.
She said
will-
not to free Sibilna because it would be bad. Is that
I will
something we
out of-
should...
I will out of spite.
So, yeah, because Bevlorna said, "On free day, it will be bad," as she floated away.
Hourglass
It's not
Coven
about
is
Barna,
here.
too?
Hmm.
Wow. So are all the hags here?
Mm-hmm. Arrived
Oh,
just before
good.
you.
Oh, good. That's fantastic.
Oh, they're all alive.
I'm maybe that's where Maple is? Yikes.
We just had a close encounter with them.
So what was it? Ygric name?
Mm-hmm.
So you saw all the hags here with Bavlorna?
Oh, I didn't see them, but Bevlorna told me you're with them all.
Okay.
Very chatty.
Was she trying to catch up with you, or she was trying to get the name too, huh? Oh no, they must know too.
They know.
They know.
Did you tell Bevlorna that her what was the name of the bugbear? You wouldn't have known the bugbear. Never mind.
Ooh, juicy. What do you know? Tell
Yeah,
me.
well, there's a bugbear that Bevlorna kind of has a crush on.
Oh,
No.
that's funny.
A crush, but unfortunately,
Yeah, he was pretty much
crush got-
murdered.
Yeah, Crush got
Fine.
crushed.
yeah.
Oh,
It was
Kinda sad.
Burley and Hurley. It might have been Hurley. Was Hurley the bugbear she had the crush on?
Mhm.
I think so.
Who did that? Was it the 3 that came, or was it? I forget.
Yeah, it was the League of Malevolence. They attacked him. They struck him down.
So maybe we could sow some uncertainty or sow some seeds of doubt within their team if we can get Bevlorna to know that one of those guys killed Hurley.
Oh, I think they already know. I think they're already enemies.
Oh, good.
Big storm they make.
Wait, the witches made the storm?
Mm-hmm.
Then how are we
So in
gonna
order
get
to undo the storm,
Right.
Upstairs they are, probably. Using the mirror
Upstairs
of
here?
desire.
Oh, we had to go up to
must
them.
Be Stephen's
We have to
item.
talk to them again.
is there climbing involved at all?
Just stairs.
Okay, good. Whew.
I quit the king. We know the name. You won't tell us
Let's
the
go
name.
talk. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Let's go talk to the witches.
Oh, ho, ho. Let's go. I can't wait to watch this. I'll lead you.
Thank you.
And basically, he
okay.
tells you, like, right around the corner. Can you see my arrow? There's a circular chamber that contains a staircase that will lead you up over here.
Okay.
I guess that's where we're headed then.
All right, 1 second. I'll get this map set up. Feel free to chat or discuss what you're thinking while I get you on here.
Oh yeah, while we were reading, the book was saying something about the book was kind of useless. Like when talking about the Jabberwocky, because it was like, oh, a Jabberwocky doesn't exist when it actually exists. But it gave some like little things here and there, and it was talking about a sword that could possibly kill, or maybe not kill, but I mean, it said to chop off the Jabberwocky's head to like kill it, but I think you can kill most things by chopping off their head. But it said specifically a Vorpal sword, and the librarian was saying that like maybe there's stuff upstairs, like because Zabilnia's room is upstairs. There's a lot of other cool things upstairs. So, yep, I totally found all that
Probably
stuff.
why the heck are there too.
So, can you all see this map? Into your
My
token?
feet
Yes.
snowflake.
Yeah, it's kind of like it was the other way, but yes, we could see a little bit of it.
Like I can see I'm in the turret of the hallway, and I can see there's like outside the window. Now I see the whole
There
building.
you
Alright.
go.
We'll just do
Hey,
that.
there's the dude.
Okay, cool.
So, so you climb up this circular chamber. As you're climbing up the stairwell, there is, I think stonework and imagery that you probably weren't expecting. It's sort of grotesque. Humans and demons kind of consorting with one another. Some imagery of like human sacrifice and things. Like it's very much in contrast to all the kind of whimsy that you saw around. It's so probably very, very stark imagery that you're coming across as foreboding, maybe as you're going up the stairwell.
What
but-
is this? Why? Why is this here?
Maybe if you knew Zabilnia's true identity, you'd understand her better.
Oh,
You think that she was just some fairy princess?
No, I think. I hope I'm not getting my campaigns confused. I think I heard a rumor that she was with a devil prince.
Oh, you know something. Wow, you know a lot.
I'm smart.
So,
All me. Sorry.
similar imagery as you escape up into the larger tower, and probably similar on the two sides of the walls here. But eventually, it starts like segue back into being like kind of nice, fey, creatures and woodland territory and such. Festive banquets and feasting and wild hunt types of things. Igric tells you to move forward, and if you head to the north from here, you'll head to where you need to go to find the mirror. And he'll describe to you, maybe I can group you all together and move you as one. But as you move ahead here, he'll describe that this hall, these are all guest rooms, he'll say. For all of the folk that come to see Zybilnia and make requests of her, different wishes and things that they want her to do for them. But unless you protest, they'll just lead you to head up into this hall. And here he'll describe a few things. He'll say that this back here will lead to Zybilnia's workshop, where she brews potions and does some arcane studies of her own. He will kind of be coy and say, "Did you know she once was a really powerful sorceress? She still partakes and keeps her craft well honed." Over here? Maybe you could learn something of Zybilnia's past, present, and future. Maybe something of yours as well. Then he'll point to these doors and he'll say, the mirror of heart's desire is there. Maybe the Hourglass Coven is present, using its magic to create that vortex. Keep the League from leaving. They are stalling. They don't want Zybilnia free. They want to consolidate their power. They like things as they are. And then he'll point to the far end of the hall and say, there is Zybilnia's bedroom. And then he'll leave it to you to decide what you would wish to do.
Wow.
I would be interested in going into her laboratory.
Yeah, Lim is also kind of like eyeing the door to the lab.
Eyes on the prize, guys. You should talk to the Hourglass Coven.
Thinking there might
Fine.
be healing potions in here.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's my thought first. Is maybe there's healing potions in here.
Think of
Yeah, I take a
all
look at the-
goodies.
I take a look and see if there's anything that resembles a healing potion.
Okay, so the first thing is that the door to this room is locked.
Locked.
Locked. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If we don't mind some noise, there can be a fix to that.
Almost like she wouldn't want us going
They
in
already
there
know
and
that we're
snooping around
here.
her stuff.
They already know that we're here, though. Even if we make a big boom for an act.
Now here.
Okay, what if we checked out the mirror and then came back here once we got the stuff that we need? And this could be the cherry on top.
What's to say that we're not going to encounter all three hags when we walk through the door?
We
Oh,
are.
yeah, that's true.
That's the plan, right? We're gonna talk through this with them, get them to stop the swirly thing, so we can go get Kellic. Very
Didn't we-
least.
Didn't we kill 2 of them?
Well, they
Oh,
weren't
they're
really
back.
dead, I'm sure.
Well, we thought we did, but no.
Your mommy's here too.
Did I miss something?
You're making an assumption that, yeah, they're not eternal.
Fair point.
Igric ensures you. They're here. They're all here.
Ew. Fine, okay.
All right, we'll step back. We'll
Well, I
reluctantly
mean-
go along.
Well, here we go.
All right. So your plan is to enter these doors.
Well, I mean, if this door is open down here, I mean,
This one?
yeah.
I will say the door is actually, yeah, I was thinking that. This door actually is ajar. Slightly. A few inches.
Might be good to know. Or no? What do you think? Yeah.
I'm a undo teak from the top of my staff. I'm gonna kind of go give it like a little point to the door, and I'm gonna
Okay.
look through him as he goes to just kind of peek around the corner.
He peeks through the middle of those 2 doors into the room to the south. And it's pretty much a big, open, empty room, except for a mahogany 3-tiered table that stands in the middle of the chamber. On those 3 tiers are 3 gleaming bell jars that rest on each tier, each one containing a visage wreathed in mist.
What a waste of perfectly good space. Then she'll describe like the table and the big room. No one's in there that I can see though.
Is it safe? Do you think it's all safe to go there? Gonna tell the little familiar.
She say she don't see anything. Safe enough.
Okay, I'm doing it. Here we go. I'm gonna attempt to go in.
Okay, you enter in.
All right.
I'll follow.
And there's like some light that flickers from sconces in the walls to give you view. You can see on that mahogany table, it almost looks like faces kind of in the mist that's containing them. One that is a raven black-haired woman, very youthful, beautiful. One in the middle looks like that of the woman, Vish, that you saw down by the cauldron. And the third is a very long-nosed, ancient-looking crone. They all have aspects of looking like one another, but maybe in different forms, past, present, and future.
Are you gonna walk in?
Right there. Oh, sorry. She was like, oh. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
You're walking in, Vish?
Take a look.
Are you going up towards the table?
Sure. Yes.
Is there one of these that you're looking at closer than the others?
I mean, they all seem very interesting. Right off the bat, like what I see here is what my character would see, right? Like the similar markings on the face and whatnot.
Yes.
The real question is which one's the past, which one's the present, and which one is the... Well, we know which one the present is, but which one is the future?
Probably the wrinkly one.
I'm thinking the young one is the past, the middle one is the present, and the old crone is the future.
Okay.
Fiona, you're stepping forward. Is there one that you're looking at closer than the others?
Specifically the present one, actually.
Okay. You look at it, and you see your face, like that. The dust, the swirling mist, kind of takes that away, and it replaces it with your face, as you currently are.
And yes, it does look like I am. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. I'm like there, like it's a mirror reflection. Huh. Well, I'm gonna look in the past one, or what I think is the past one.
You look at the past one, and you see yourself in a room that's wall to ceiling books and bookshelves, little study tables with inkwells and quills, and Ringle Run is he's leading a lecture. You're in the room. You could see Skyla is in the room as well as maybe 3 other students.
Papa. Hey, Papa.
Papa?
I'm just gonna hang on that one for a little bit.
Well, yeah, Kellic is in the room as well, although he doesn't seem to be he seems to be observing the class, not as a student, but almost like a co-lecturer.
I got nervous there for a second. I was like, where? Like, I was about to be like, she looks around.
Alec is in the room, I'm sorry. In my vision. Yeah.
I guess when she starts saying Papa, I might look at the past one, kind of looking. Oh, where your Papa?
You look in the one from the past at Shion's image. You see it for a split second before it disappears, and it becomes yours then, and you can see yourself as a child, like probably just barely out of diapers, like playing with some Tinker toys on the floor of your grandfather's workshop. You can see him a little bit younger, a little bit more vibrant, less of a gait in his walk as he's walking around. He's kind of smiling down at you as you're kind of playing with some Tinker tools, building some things out of some play blocks that he's clearly crafted for you, and he's just smiling proudly.
Oh.
And you hear some sniffles up on top of your head.
Do we dare? I see the present. I'm gonna do it. Why not? I'm gonna look at my future.
You see yourself in a workshop working with wood. And it looks like you're like putting some polish on a coffin. And there's sort of, you're wiping away tears a bit. And you don't see your grandfather in that vision. It's the same workshop.
Yeah. She's just gonna say, Well, not yet, though. Just
Oy.
that way. Yeah, don't worry. It's nice coffin, though. Are you proud of me?
Did a good job, yes.
Thank you. I thought so. I thought it looked really good.
I'd be proud to be buried in that fish.
I'll make sure when it's time. Don't worry. It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm kind of curious. Is the coffin full size or tiny?
Full-sized.
Full size.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I guess as of right now, the vision is it's a tiny one.
Hilarious.
Like it was real quick.
Flutters between big and small.
Yeah, like the future is indeterminate.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't know which way it's gonna be.
I think she would probably laugh and joke with her grandpa about it.
I think Lim, she wants to try and take a look first at the present, but before she goes up to do so, she wants to use disguise self to make her look like Zybilnia in the present
Okay.
and see what that does. And when she does that, then she will walk forward and take a look and see if that has an effect.
It doesn't seem to, because you're looking at yourself and you don't like what you see. You see yourself almost with this like scowl on your face,
Mm-hmm.
almost like checking her shoulders, like looking over her shoulders and sort of like you're suspicious, distrustful.
Gonna back away because she doesn't trust these visions. She's probably seeing that it didn't work. She's gonna drop the disguise and just step away. I don't think she'd feel comfortable looking more into it.
I'll go ahead and look at future me.
Future you, looks really sad. And sort of, you see yourself in maybe that old classroom, but nobody's there. You're alone. And you look like you're an elf, so you've got youthful features and such, but there's a little bit of like aging that you see, almost like kind of stress, or there's something that's weighing really heavily on your heart.
Wow, that's sad. I step away. It doesn't have to be like that. I say that in the middle of the room.
It's interesting though, at least. I mean, the future. What do you think? When you always build them most of the time, right there, Foggy?
Mm-hmm.
What would she say when she saw that future?
She accepts it. She knows what she is, what she was, what she will be. Maybe you can't understand. This is why I cannot tell your name unless I absolutely must. He is many things.
I have just one more, just a question before going to that next room there. Do you think they'll do something to you so that you wouldn't be able to tell us?
Maybe don't tell them I'm with you. Goes under a squirt.
Right, well, I'm not interested in seeing the past, the present, or the future for myself, so let's just go.
Mm-hmm.
This other room.
Before we do that, do you want to go somewhere, Igric? Or do you, I think you should hide somewhere. Not be right here, right now.
He hides underneath the Vish's little helmet. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, good.
I am curious
Listen
about.
again.
Oh, sorry. I am curious about one more thing. She's gonna be she'll close her eyes as she gets closer, but she's gonna like see if she can lift up the past. Like, can these jars be lifted up?
Yeah, I think so.
He might. Okay, she'll put it back down, and I think.
Oh no! I'm sorry. It looks like it's a separate object, but something adheres it to the table.
Oh, okay. All right then. Never mind.
There's
I was
some
gonna see if I could
sovereign
bring it with
glue
me.
that keeps it down. Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I got nothing then. Okay, never mind. All right, she'll kind of follow back along with the group.
All right, then your plan is you're going to cross to the other side of the hall. You go to the doors to the north.
Yes, we don't have no reason to be in the bedroom.
All right, go ahead and move yourselves up to this room. You enter, you open the doors, they're open. Sorry, they're not. They're actually locked.
Oh, maybe there's a key in the bedroom.
And thank you for the follow, Poison Lullaby. Appreciate that.
Maybe we'll find a vorpal sword in the bedroom.
Which one?
Yeah,
Here.
the thing I was
Rat
telling you
bird.
about in the stairs.
Oh.
Were you not paying attention? I'm offended. And she's gonna drop onto her belly and look under the door to see if she
I
can
was.
see if there's anything in there.
There's not enough of a gap underneath any of these doors to really be able to see onto the other side. So just to be clear, so you're moving from these doors, you're heading over to the bedroom doors, is that correct?
We'll try that first. See if those are unlocked by chance, or
Okay.
if there's anything in there.
They're unlocked. So you open up those doors. I don't know if opening this really matters because you can see everything anyway. But it opens up into a very lavish bedroom, very spacious. You can see that there is a 4-poster bed, kind of right in the middle of this very long purple rug that stretches from north to south. There is a black wood frame mounted to the east wall where it's a oval mirror that is mounted there. To the southwest, a chessboard flanked by 2 comfortable high-back chairs. The chess set, the pieces are, one side is jet black stone and the other are kind of a blood red color. Organized. It doesn't look like a game is in progress. It's just sitting there as kind of a ornamental piece. Lounging on the bed are 2 creatures, each with the lower body of a lion. One has the head and upper torso of a woman, the other the head and torso of a man. And they both kind of erect themselves up as they see you move into the room. And the woman creature, the feminine one, says, "You there. Are you important? What do you think, darling?" And the male just says, "Not sure. Who are you, and are you important?"
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Shion.
We know that name, darling? No, I don't think we do. Do you know Zybilnia?
I do.
You do. Have you come here looking for her?
We have.
For what reason? Ourselves, we have come hoping to ask her for wishes. Is it the same for you?
We're hoping to free her first, and then ask her a couple of questions.
Free her? Free her? How noble of you. Do you know? What do you know of Zybilnia? Are you sure that you want to do that?
Is there a reason we would not want to?
Lots of stories of her. Some say that she wears many identities. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Really? Oh.
Thanks for the raid. I'm Butterbean.
Oh.
We know that she's the one that keeps the order of Pismere, and that when she is not available, things aren't as they're supposed to be.
It is true. Real quick shout out here to Poison Lullaby. Thank you for the raid. Hope you guys were having a good stream. Stopping by here, I imagine you're playing some D&D or some tabletop RPG of some sort. Hope you had a good game. We're just here maybe in the last, I'm gonna say, I hope my players are okay with us going just a touch over, maybe another 20-25 minutes or so, just so we can wrap up this segment. But we are in the middle of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and we are kind of in our last throes here. We're only probably 2 episodes left. And they're talking to a pair of, let's just call them what they are. They're Lamias. And they're talking to you about Zybilnia, and they say, okay. Do you know any of her other identities?
We know some names, but we don't know necessarily the identities they're associated with, right? Vitch, we know some names.
I don't know. Who are you again?
I'm sorry, we were so rude. And the female says, my name is Nimist Satra, and this is my husband, Trizian. We've been here for so long, but as you say, she has been frozen, and we have not been able to talk to her.
And no one's bothered you in here before?
No. Very quiet around here. Most of the denizens of this palace are frozen.
Then you know a lot about her then.
We know some. We have heard that she grants wishes. We have heard that she has associations with some unsavory folk. Have you heard that?
No. Do
That we
tell.
have heard.
I don't know. Tell me what you know. What do you know?
Well, we've just met. And I can tell there's some caution on your side of the table as well, but tell us, what have you heard her called?
I heard that
Something
she
like,
makes
it's
laughter.
like eggplant,
a lot of laughter.
eggplant
and
parmesan or something.
No, a lot of
Eagle-
laughter.
Eagle butt.
Laughter.
Have you heard her called Igwilv?
Oh,
Yeah, that was one of them.
maybe. And she checks the inside of her armor. Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Darling, it seems that they have heard, as we have, the Witch Queen of Perrinland. Now, do you have any proof of this? How do you know?
Stories. Oh. More of a, we're more like an oral history kind of crew.
Where did you? Who told you this then?
Who told us that? Blim, do you remember who told us that? Who told us
well,
the eggplant thing?
It was you remember the wishbone?
Oh,
It was from that.
So it's like Lorna's journal.
We weren't supposed to, but we pretended that we did it. So
Right.
yeah.
Up above Lorna's journal then, right?
Basically, yeah.
We read it in a book. Bev Lorna.
Lorna. Is it true that they are sisters?
More or less. Like a complicated sort of family tree, I think.
What are you here to wish for?
You can see they get up and they're like kind of moving sort of towards you.
I think maybe we've shared enough details. I kind of want to hear what they know.
Well, we were here to verify who she is. We had our suspicions.
For what purpose? For what gain?
And they move over towards that mirror and they say, our master sent us to verify. He's been looking for her. He misses her so much.
But you weren't really here to ask for wishes? Fucking lied to us? You liars!
And they both
Not
turn,
nice
and they,
to you.
True.
you see them both gaze at the mirror, and like it starts to kind of get all, kind of turns up this like kind of illusion, maybe not illusion, but an image within the mirror that is not a reflection of the room you're in, but a hellscape. And they both say, "The Prince of Demons, our Master Grazit, will be very interested to know this. He's finally found her." And they both kind of leap into the mirror, into that hellscape, and it pretty quickly just becomes a reflection of the room again.
I'll shoot.
We might need to break that mirror. Vish, quick, hit it.
Well, I was thinking more before they jumped into it, but I mean, that's why I was trying to be like, remember we said what? Well, maybe we should. We got enough to worry about here, right?
Yes, we definitely have a lot to worry about.
Yeah, but
Search the
also
room for keys to the other room.
searching. Search the room.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yeah. I think I might get up.
We have rerolls, right? I would like to try to use a reroll.
Yeah,
if
you
we
gotta
have
reroll.
one.
Yep.
All right.
While they're investigating, can I look at the mirror?
Sure.
Alright, I want to look at the mirror.
The image of the whatever upper plane that they went to is gone. The framing of it is this dark wood. It is a bit grotesque. It almost seems like it's like made of like various claws that come together and make up the aesthetic of the frame. Lim, you do find over by the bed there is a key, or a single key that is tucked underneath the mattress. It's sort of gold, and it's got like kind of a almost like butterfly winged handle. And it's set with like stained glass.
Huh.
Keep pushing it.
I wonder if this was to open the, or no, because we found the key that opens the carriage, right? Or that
Yeah, it's a carriage.
was it that it opens the carriage or starts the carriage?
So you opened it with an X spell, left it unlocked, and then you went to the hiding, found the keyhole. So you put the key in, and then rains appeared, and then we shut it down, and you left the key there. No, you took the key with you. It's somewhere unbreakable, because I said make sure you put it somewhere unbreakable, like in a pouch or something, and then you close the door.
Yeah, because the door will lock after like 10 minutes, like it returns back. So
Which is fine, because we can open it again. But I just remembered to hang on to that, because that's probably going to be our escape route.
yeah. I'm just I'm curious if this goes, because just the aesthetic of it makes me think of like the carriage. So I'm wondering if that's what it belongs to, but maybe it's something else. We could try maybe the lab. But you found a key.
This key strikes you more as a door key versus the larger key that you found that operates the carriage.
Whoa, thanks for
And
the
Okay.
dance,
We
man!
tried the key to the room that has the witches in it. Maybe it's the key to the room, the key we came here looking for. I don't know. Hope.
Okay, before we go in the other room, I do want to go ahead and touch the mirror and see if it makes a difference if I actually touch it.
Nothing changes. No.
Okay.
gotta learn how to do that whole portaling through the mirrors intentionally thing at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Transporting.
All right.
Let's go back
Teleporting?
let's go back to these double doors and try that new key.
All right. You try the new key. It unlocks the door, which reveals this marble hall that is empty except for a tall mirror mounted in an alcove on the north wall. Cold spectral mist hangs motionless in front of the mirror's reflective surface and covers the floor beneath it. Standing in front of it is Endolin Moongrave, who turns as you open the door and says, "Green, your
Little kind of snarl.
transformation is not quite complete. You should go home. Forget about this place. Forget about Zybilnia. If you knew who she really was, you wouldn't be so eager to free her." Need I go on? Need I tell you about the atrocities, the thousands upon thousands that she has slaughtered? The armies that she has raised, the free people she's enslaved. You look at me and you see a monster. She is the worst of all of us by your moral standards.
The fact that she bugs you so much makes me want to release her more, so I'm gonna stick with these losers for a bit longer.
What?
Whoa! Hey!
More fingernail.
Your cruelty is showing through. I wish it didn't have to be. You could have been at my side. I could have taught you how to be a witch.
You broke my doll.
I had to teach you a lesson in obedience, girl.
No. The more you try to hold on to something, the more it wants to tear away. And I'm surprised tearing you away didn't work the first time. What happened?
You can see in the mirror behind her is almost like top-down image of that vortex of the storm that is happening in the courtyard. You can see her clearly, like the tower and the debris being like kind of whirled around in its winds. And Endolin turns to the rest of you. The rest of you are maybe more rational in your thinking right now. You must believe me. Zybilnia is dangerous. She must not be freed. You don't know what you are toying with.
Tell us.
Maybe I'll show you. She kind of steps aside, allows you to see the mirror. And in it, you can see this sort of montage of scenes. And in all of them are that woman, the face of the young woman in the jar that you saw earlier. You see her as a girl, like as a 10-year-old. And Endolin is sort of narrating this. And she says, Zybilnia was once a little girl just like you, Lim. Pulled away from her mother. Forced to be our sister by our mother. Not her decision to become what she would be. Sorceress. Very powerful. Our mother treated her better than her own blood. And she grew very powerful and set out into the world where she held dominion, the world of Orth, and went to study in the city of Greyhawk under the tutelage of a very powerful wizard, Zagig Ygraine. He joined the Circle of Eight, gained their trust, learned their secrets, mastered the power to harness and bind demons. And bind them she did. Many of the demon lords became her toys, her pets. She even seduced the lord of all demons, Grazit, and sired a child. A demigod in his own right, who went on to commit many atrocities in his world. Her story didn't end there. She changed identities. She became Igwilv, a name I'm sure you have encountered. She became a tyrant. She raised armies, enslaved thousands, conquered nations, made many enemies she did before she eventually tucked her tail between her legs and came here, back here, to hide away from it all. Should she be forgiven for all of that, Lim? Should she be forgiven and allowed to just don a new name, a Fae name, and call herself an Archfey and grant wishes for people? Like that will make it all better. Like that will soothe everything over. Now you tell me. And you're seeing like images that like correspond to all these things that she is saying. This mirror doesn't lie. So I say again, you need to turn back. You need to think twice about what you are doing.
I'd like to point out that you probably, if you would have just let us leave the, your kingdom, we probably wouldn't have been here. But, I don't know.
I didn't think it would come to this. I wanted to have my daughter at my side, but now I can see that you will not stay. So, if you wish to leave, if that is your ultimate purpose in being here, I can make it so. I will call off the Peritons, allow the beacons to be lit, and you can walk free and go home, all of you.
What will then happen to Lim here? Will she still turn into a hag?
I cannot change that. The pact that her mother made has been cemented.
What was the terms of the pact?
That you should live and become my child. Become my blood.
Dude, that is a complication, isn't it? Or else what would happen if I didn't?
And she like shows an image in that mirror. And you could see your maternal mother sitting in a little one-room cabin. like weeping, cutting a piece of her hair off and giving it to Endolin. Your mother, Sack, she loved you so much, willing to give up the most precious role in your life so that you could live. That is her pact. I can't undo the pact. It's done. Only thing that was staving off your transformation was the doll, and it is gone. These were your choices, Lim.
You're the one who ripped the doll apart. I didn't have a choice in that. I just wanted the doll. You're the one who ripped it apart. She's like quiet for like a long time, just thinking it over, but like her like saying like it was all her fault. She's like, now she's being like the kid who's just like, no, it wasn't, it was you. And it's just kind of like,
And she just says, I wished for you to be my child, but you turned away from that. Now you will become a monster of your own creation. And you could feel your blood boiling, like you hate her so much, you know, that you could just feel like the transformation is maybe even accelerating because of these negative emotions that you're feeling. So, what say you? We could all hop on my ornithopter and leave here now.
Well, you see the future, right?
Yes.
And what do you see us doing?
Make an insight check.
Okay. I have all these. What does it? And oh, it was a 20.
You gotta
I'm
reroll.
gonna reroll. I'm gonna reroll. Jeez. 11.
She says, there are two futures for you that I see. One where you live, and one where you die. The one where you live, you take my offer, and you go home. None of this is your affair. You came here to find things that were taken from you. You have them now.
Well, now we're also missing our friend Maple. She's stuck inside of this storm that you created that I saw you lording over in this mirror when we got in here.
I promise you, your friend will be safe. I will deliver her home as well. Don't mean to trap her. It is the League. They must be contained.
The League.
They are our enemy.
So they're your enemies, Vilna's your enemy. I don't see you, for the most part, always treating everybody in your realms all that great. It's like, I see the atrocities that were committed by Zybilna before she was Zybilna, but it seems like she's at least remorseful of that. I don't know. It's hard for me to determine which one of you really is lesser evil moving forward. One can't always be judged on their past.
Right, and what are you doing? What are your stake? You're trying to save this world from this evil? Is that why you're standing in our way? I'm talking to her. I'm asking her.
So as you ask that question, you
Mhm.
hear from behind you, Bavlorna comes into the room.
Uh-huh.
She says, I see that you found out the news I was gonna tell you about these guys. And with her is Granny.
Oh boy.
Scabatha is all like, you can see she's all like shattered. And it almost
Uh-huh.
looks like she was like glued together, like she's like some kind of Chucky doll that was like patched together. And she's not even talking, she's just like, and she's like kind of very like janky looking, like moving into the room like a wind-up doll.
Uh-huh.
And Endolin responds to your question saying, look, our matters are matters of Prismere. What we do here, we can keep here. It doesn't have to be something that impacts you and your homes. It is an internal matter.
So,
It sounds like you need some more help, right? It sounds like you need some more help. Because if you were able, if this was bothering you so much, then you would have stepped in that other room and taken care of the problem. Sounds like you need a little help.
And Bavlorna's like, help? Are you gonna help us? What are you proposing?
Well, I mean, so why haven't you already taken care of this business with these hooligans?
We
that
just got here. And you're here. We didn't know if you were like friends with them. Isn't that what you said? And then you can see Endolin is just like, Endolin is like, don't talk about our affairs in front of them.
You could.
I don't know. These guys haven't been too bad.
We're pretty good listeners.
Let's hear them out. Maybe they have a way where we don't have to meet our demise like you say.
It's bad, huh? It's pretty bad, huh?
does it hurt? We already told those like half lion people about the whole previous name, and then they ran through a mirror and said, "Was it Grazit?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that sounded like, ooh, there was a lot of Z's in there. Sounds like a pretty evil name.
Oh no, they they know who she is, huh?
Oops. They kind of already suspected. Really, more or less, they tricked us into saying that. I mean,
I can't imagine that's good for us, Gabitha. Oh, wind up toy. She just seems incapable of speech at this point. Like she's just like barely repaired and isn't quite like true hag self yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think. I honestly, I think the only hope for everyone here is sitting in that other room. The one that you despise the most is our help. The one that will truly help us.
Kellic?
No!
oh,
Get over here!
Yeah, I'm not catching on to what you're putting down, I guess.
I think Fish is trying to convince them that Zabilnia is our only hope, really all of our only hopes at surviving.
Pavlorna says, but if Zabilnia's back, she's not gonna treat us too well.
Then
She is known to give wishes to those who help her or
We didn't help her
something.
very much. We kind of
Well,
screwed her
now-
over.
Well, now
But
your
you would be
champ.
about to now, and we could testify on your behalf. Character witness.
You would do
You
that.
decided.
We're here, aren't we? Come here.
But you'd have to help us against Kellic, who killed Hurley. Did you know Kellic killed Hurley?
Make a persuasion check.
That's pretty true.
Definitely not a lie, so hopefully that's not deception. I'm trying to grab this. Oh,
Oh,
a good roll
What was
for
it?
the day.
19.
19.
What? That hunk of a bugman? Is that because of that jack off? No. And she's like, looks over at Endlin. Come on, we gotta do something about these guys. You said they couldn't be trusted. They need to be brought to justice. And Endlin says, we are dealing with them in our own way. We don't need their help.
And how well has that been working for you? They're still around.
They're contained.
That doesn't sound like they're dealt with. That's contained. That's something completely different.
They still have that unicorn horn, and if they find a way to sneak out of that room, they could get that stupid staff. Sorry, Shion, I know it's not a stupid staff. I know, but they could get the staff. Then Kellic could be too powerful. We don't know. Then what would we do? Then the prince of all the other brothers of the apocalypse, or whatever he was called, Grazit guy, they referred to him by some family hierarchy name, could come back in cahoots with Kellic. They could all kill us all, and Zybilnia. We'd all be dead. Grazit would own Prismere. Kellic would rule it with a frosty fist. And I'm seeing bad.
no more
I haven't
hunks.
even looked at the
No more
past,
hunks.
present, future things, but I have bad feelings. If we don't work together on this, take out the League, and then make a communal decision on what to do with that unicorn horn, we're really not going to come to the right conclusion. We need to form a
Also-
committee, really, do some research on this.
Also, no more bugbear hunks. Just
Yeah,
So it sounds like you want to persuade. Is that you're just
guess I don't want. I kind of want them to help us with the League, so I would like to. Yeah, put that case forward. Like,
okay?
we can get rid of them, and then we can do together with the unicorn horn.
Make another persuasion check. This one is for you're trying to get Endlin on. I agree with.
Yeah, and
You got Bavlorna's already on your side.
Okay. Still have rerolls, by the way.
Yep,
Just in case.
three left,
Okay.
and it's a nat 20.
Oh, my enemy's enemy is my friend.
So
As good as I'm gonna do it. So
Endlin says this. Right. You wish to deal with Kellic and the League of Malevolence. You asked me what I saw in your future. In our future, I saw that our demise would come at his hands.
Yeah.
I will end the storm so that you may deal with him. In return, you will make a pact with me that you will ensure that Zybilnia gives us amnesty for what we have done. We will leave Prismere until you have done so. but you will be bound to this promise on penalty of death.
That do it?
No
Murder
tricks,
No twigs.
no
No, we'll do it.
backhanded dealing, a straightforward pact between you and us.
See, to me, this sounds good and straightforward, but I just have to get some clarity. We are going to do our best to plead your case for amnesty from Zamilnia.
And she like
Even if I-
snaps back. She says, "You will get her to grant us amnesty."
Okay. And say we do get her to grant you the amnesty, but she changes her mind later for some reason. We still dying because of that?
Your fate will be tied to our fate.
Right. I feel like if she give me one of the wishes, then I can wish the grant amnesty stuff. That way we could pretty much make that be a real thing. I don't know. This pact to me sounds fair, but
I would. Yes.
Can I? And she's gonna kind of like wave them in closer and kind of like as a side thing, if possible. She's gonna be like, while I still have a little bit of what I was, maybe instead of being taken as a group, I do this. That way, because I'm already tied to them already. If it fails, I don't turn into a hag, which is something I don't want to happen still. And if we can like fit, like, I don't know. I just think that it can be somewhat contained if it's focused primarily on like one person versus the group. And if it's going to be anyone, I'm more of the danger here, I feel like. So, there's that. And then
Sure, but I'm also really old, so I mean, for me, makes a lot of sense because
Yeah.
you know.
I agree with everything you said, there, Liam. And I'm hoping someone's translating for me. But
Yeah, we gave her a babblefish.
I don't think so.
Translating.
I
I'll be
don't think
translating
so.
for you.
I don't
I
think
don't
we
think
can let you carry this burden
we-
on your own. I
we're
think
here
as a
too.
group we need. I think as a group we need to take it on.
but then
It's fine. I get it.
okay.
We understand.
Well, if you want to go down with the ship, sure. All right. Well, who am I going to stop you?
No, we're not losers, by the way. Anyway, okay.
Yeah. That was hurtful.
I'm just
Talk about that later.
I'm gonna like point out my hair and like hold up my fingernails and how like everything is just disgusting and like just be like,
All right. So, you do your huddle and you come back to them. They, I think, are going to insist that the four. Obviously, Maple isn't here to do the pact, but they're going to insist that all four of you be tied to the pact. Just
Fiona, is this okay with you?
It's acceptable. It's saving. It's saving some people. It's helping some people. Yes, it's acceptable.
so they
Do blood stuff with this, or how do
We
we?
can
Yeah,
hug on it.
I think
We
so.
can hug on it.
No,
Oh.
Endelin
You
like
don't hug?
reaches into her the folds of her gown and pulls out a dagger and cuts her hand, hands it
Why?
over to Pavlorna, who cuts her hand, and then they hand it over to Skabatha, who just seems to like notch in her wooden hand, like she makes it so that like the wood grain is going to like really dig into that wound when she clenches her hand each. And so you all shake on it, and you could feel the splinters like digging into your skin as Skabatha.
Allies forever, huh?
And you make the pact, and then Skabatha is the first. She casts plane shift, disappears. have Lorna looks at you all. Let's pull some of the images up. Maybe the last time we'll see these characters. So, just to show the audience who we're talking about, we got some people hanging out with us. So, here is have Lorna. She looks at the characters and she just says, "You guys, I thought you guys were all right. I liked that you killed the one guy, the Baron, the Muck Stump, or whatever his name was, and you had the whole balloon thing I was watching from the hut. It was really entertaining.
Okay.
And I liked that you brought her the dead cat. That was fun. We got some good memories, you guys and me. So, well, I guess so long." She casts plane shift. She disappears. Skabatha just chatters at you. But then Endolin, she just kind of hovers over to you, Lim. And she just sighs and she says, "What could have been, Lim? What could have been?"
We both have our regrets.
And she just seems to lament. She says, "It's a shame your mother's sacrifice going to waste like this. But you are stubborn. You're kind of like her, you know. Kind of like our sister. Yet."
When she mentions the stubbornness and her mom, for a moment there, she just kind of feels this like moment of like warmth, like a little bit of comfort, like maybe like I didn't need the doll to do that, but she's, still a little bit of like that hagginess of like still wish I had that, but just that brief moment of warmth, thinking like, okay, maybe I would have made her proud.
And Skabatha says, "Should you succeed, Zybilnia will offer to go back, reverse everything. I just hope that you'll consider what you'll be giving up by going backwards." And she just leaves you with that as she casts plane shift, and she also disappears. So the three hags, the Hourglass Coven, you managed to avoid a direct confrontation with them. They are placing their bets on you to deal with this, to deal with the League, and to get some sort of leniency from Zybilnia for their actions. And I think that's a good stopping point right there. Basically, where we'll pick up then next time is we'll find out what's been going on this whole time in that tower. So I'm sure Chris will have a lot of time, probably solo there while we figure out what happened there. But yeah, we will pick it up next time. Very likely that the next session will be our last, but we will see. Could be that there's two more. Planet Buster says, "Been working on some Starfinder characters, listening intently. I've enjoyed this adventure more than I thought I would." Good job, guys. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's a very different adventure than some of the other WotC books that they put out. And I hope you've enjoyed our spin on it. Definitely recommend picking it up and giving it a try. It's probably it can be a shorter adventure than some of the other hardcovers. So if you're looking for something to fit in, and you could definitely do it quicker than we have. But and Percy says, "You all have to save Lim." Yes. So, we have been 20 Sides to Every Story. Hope you've enjoyed hanging out with us. If you haven't already, give us a follow. Come join us in Discord. I'll put the link to that in the chat. You can come hang out with us in between the streams. You could even maybe join a game yourself if you're looking to come hang out with us and play in one of our community campaign games. We'd love to have you. I'm going to be doing one here this Friday in said Greyhawk campaign world. So that'll be Friday at 7. If you're looking for a game, just jump into the Discord and let us know that you were watching us and had a lot of fun watching us and would like to play in a game yourself. And we'll point you in the right direction to create a character and get signed up with a game with us. So, with that, why don't we... is Chris Jones streaming tonight?
I believe he is.
Okay.
Yes.
We will give a raid over to one of our friends that is running a game over another channel, so we'll give them a raid and say hello. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night, and we will see you all soon.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.